we came in right at the end of that. So we were like peeking, looking at bodies getting thrown, but we weren't at our seats yet. So we were like, to get to our seats, because it was the first time any of us had ever been there.
Oh, Levi, yeah. Levi's nice. Yeah, Levi's
So
nice.
it was like, and we were just hoping, oh my God, are these the shade seats? Because you can see a total difference. Guys were just deep red.
It was hot as fuck out there.
Seth
Rollins was talking about when he fought Randy Orton. He was like, it's
sweating in line, looking, so bad. And then there's me or whoever else in our section were right next to him with a sweater on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Chilly,
how close were you guys? Were they like?
I mean, it was like, because it had those pillars too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of like, it was a box and then a pillar, and luckily the pillar was out a little bit, and we were like directly behind the pillar. But
just for context, we're talking about WrestleMania 31.
To where like the pillar.
Oh, we're live?
Yeah. Luckily, the pillar didn't like block. You know what I mean? Like that to me, that would have been like the worst.
Jeez.
Like, can you imagine you spent all that money on fucking WrestleMania tickets and you're sitting like 10 rows up and like you're looking.
Yeah, I was about to go. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
But if you look at all those outside, WrestleManias, they have to have something to hold all the lights, all the, so there's
got to be pillars there no matter what.
They have to put these structures.
Some fucking stadiums, yeah, that's
Levi, I've never been there to a football game. You've been there to a football game?
Definitely.
That's just probably like a huge, wide open, but it don't look all like that when they got all that wrestling.
Yeah, facts.
Fucking
facts.
Ramp.
Because I was in the nosebleeds, I was like, these are great seats.
Because the ramp was like, there was a huge stage and then a huge ramp that went to the ring. But even the stage was huge. I'm like, damn, you get all this shit up there. It's like, it's a football field.
Open, yeah.
But you don't, with all that cables and lights.
Yeah, you don't really see,
You're not like, man, there's the end zone. You're just like, oh, fuck,
seats,
there's Rusev in a tank. Like,
Anthony does not stop talking about that. That
that shit was probably crazy. I wouldn't know because I wasn't there.
Did the Terminator shit that night?
Oh yeah,
where he fucking had the.
Oh, that's when DX and NWO came out.
Yeah, he had the whole Terminator fucking thing all on his thing. He was holding like dead Terminator heads and shit, and he came out of it where everyone was like, and then Arnold did the like, that Terminator music came on first, and Arnold kind of talked and did the his little intro, and then Triple H's music. The game, and he came out right there. Everyone's like, "Oh shit!"
One of the goats, top 10 all time.
Top 10. At that stadium, it was like, you could see, what I'm saying, the difference between sitting on that side and sitting on this side in a day game, which most of the NFL games.
Yeah, facts.
But at night, if you watch a Niner game at night, it looks like a beautiful fucking specimen. Because you're at night, it's not freezing in Santa Clara like it would be in Chicago or the East Coast,
snowing and shit. Yeah, I don't understand how people go to games like that when it's like snowing.
No, we watched match after match, whether it was Paige and AJ Lee against the Bellas, or fucking Orton and Seth Rollins, like. They had a solo match.
That shit was nuts. That crazy RKO, that shit was nuts.
But all this stuff is all in the daytime. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you watch WrestleMania, there's fucking 40 of them. There's probably like 10 to 15 outside.
Yeah.
But most of them are on the inside.
Yeah, like
you're watching
indoor.
all these matches, you're like, it's bright as fucking, Finally at the
you gotta
night,
watch it like this and shit.
Finally at the night, once this shit started to go down, it was like, you're right. It was like if it was earlier, that would have been an Undertaker.
Yeah.
If he had the belt, and if Bray Wyatt had the belt or something, that would have been a nighttime.
That's a nighttime.
At that time, it was Brock finally fighting Roman Reigns for the first time.
Yeah.
I think ever.
Yeah, it was the first time ever.
In a match.
I just remember that being fucking suplex scene.
It's not like
the only thing I fucking remember.
Well, they were fucking each other up the whole year.
Yeah.
This was the first time
they actually got to go all out.
And Seth came out of nowhere.
Fuck that shit. I fucking hated that shit. Fuck, my dad came. I remember my dad came back and he was like Seth Rollins.
He was in love.
Yeah, he was his fucking favorite guy, and I was like, fuck this guy. I was like,
that was the guy who broke with the Shield and everyone.
Yeah.
And then a few years before.
Runs in with Money in the Bank. Yeah. Like, I was like, come on, man.
Remember we were at Hawaii, we were watching SummerSlam, and he was just into that Seth Rollins match. He didn't care about anything else, but he was watching the fuck out of that Seth Rollins.
That shit was crazy.
No, the Shield. He actually was watching Shield a lot. And then when Shield broke up, like he didn't like, not everyone liked it. I liked it because Dean got to be himself.
I like Dean, He was my favorite. Dean was my favorite.
But he always was the, what do you call it? He always was the
like neurotic, like crazy lunatic.
But he was the
talker.
He could do the mic.
The promos.
He can do the mic before Seth.
Yeah.
Roman almost never still has.
I'd be like, bro, shut up.
But Seth caught up over the years. He got to that level. But in the very beginning,
it was always
Dean who could get over when it came to talking, or someone's talking shit to them. He can say something back. Have that back. Or some guys could just say one thing and then there's everyone else talks and okay, I can't. Let me say my line I memorized and that's
I remember he said suffering succotash. I was like, bro, what the fuck? What the fuck are you? I turned that shit off so fast.
But but Seth I never really liked. So even when he broke up the Shield, it was like, okay, that makes sense because fuck him, he's the one. Because everyone loved Roman because he was the guy. Slammed it, picked him out. He was the big guy. He wasn't like
a throwback. Yeah, like a throwback.
I remember this guy, like doing Spears, like I would like Spear Anthony.
What a terrible boy. Yeah, sure.
He's got a little brother.
I let him do it back, but I would definitely do like
when he's half your size. Go ahead and do it back. I got 4 or 5 years on you.
I didn't try it.
But yeah, no, that I remember because when you said that, I was like, fuck, about Undertaker. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, come back. And when that match happened, it was still in the day, and I heard that doom noise. I'm like, no, it's still light out. I can't Undertaker. Like, fuck. I went back and went to the smoking section. There were so many people out there smoking weed and cigarettes. I'm like, I guess I'm watching it from here. They had a big ass screen. You could see it too. It was like, because it was on. I can't. I only went there once, but like, you know how you could go out of the stadium there and you can turn back and still see from that angle. That's where and they had all this, like, people were just sectioned off to smoke, and then you can go out there and smoke, but then you can still see. I imagine, I don't know if they do that for games too, where you can still see the game.
Probably not. That's been a while. I haven't been there since like my freshman year of high school.
Yeah, I mean,
it's tickets started crazy because that's when it started getting better. Like my junior or senior year, it started getting real good.
But I remember, because I remember thinking, like, when you go to a baseball game, it's like you better bring your hat, you bring your foot, because during the day it's different. Luckily in San Francisco, it's not 1,000 degrees. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you can go,
it was cool. Like, it was
but that's because it's over there. Yeah. Like even when you went to a Niner game back then, you were still, it was a wind it could be a windstorm in the summer in Candlestick. But there was that, because of where it was, it's in San Francisco. But now it's like, you go there on a hot day, you're fucked. If you're sitting on the wrong side. And I think there's more sun seats than
100%. They know what they're doing.
Than shadows.
Trying to get you to buy beer and water.
It's just the backdrop from the thing. It was. You could tell, dude. It was like there was people dying, like they didn't, because it was still new. I think it was only open a few years.
That was 2015, 31. That was 2015.
I mean, how long was it even open at that point? A season or two?
I was a freshman. I remember. That was 31.
I guess that makes sense.
Like, I'm sure season ticket holders got it all down to a pack now.
I think it opened in like 2012.
What to do, how to, everything. But then that was the first time.
You didn't know what you were expecting.
But that was WrestleMania. When they're gonna have WrestleMania there every year, or a pay per view.
That was the first time they ever did it. Probably the only time they're gonna do it.
That's what I mean.
The Bay Area is not like a wrestling town.
You can go down to LA and watch it anytime. Although they did that a couple years ago.
They just did it last year.
But what's the next one?
This year. It's going to be in Philadelphia. I don't know where it's going to be next year.
When does the Clippers building open?
Maybe like in a year or 2 years. Yeah.
Whatever the newest building, that's who gets
gets the biggest reviews.
The biggest newest,
like UFC events.
Whoever the newest, who's the newest NFL stadium built?
The newest one? I think it's SoFi right now.
Or the Chargers, right? Then the Chargers they're
about to get one.
They're getting one.
Oh no, the Chargers share with the Rams.
But they're getting their own, I think.
Oh, are they? No, because I think they built it specifically for the Chargers and the Rams. That was the whole point.
Forever?
I think so. Most likely, yeah.
I don't know.
That was the whole point.
I don't know.
I know the Bills.
I don't know if Jim Harbaugh would have took that job if he knew that. I think he's getting his own. I think he's getting his own building and his own.
The Rams stadium is basically a Niners stadium. You see them whenever they play. The 49ers, it's 70% red jerseys everywhere.
Yeah, but that's location and team. Like the Niners are gonna fill out anything left coast, and they still go East Coast too. But any team that all your Pittsburghs and even now like you're always gonna see Pats fans because they won so many fucking Super Bowls.
Bandwagons and stuff.
You're always gonna see them because there's been kids who grew up
In
and
that
watched
era.
Tom Brady
Yeah.
during the whole. So no matter where they lived, they're fucking Pat. They're gonna see them as
Yeah.
Pats fans.
Yeah.
It's just like Steelers, Niners, Cowboys, Lakers,
Mhm.
Boston, all
Mhm.
those.
Legendary
They
teams,
had,
yeah.
so they're gonna have.
teams are gonna
You go to Green Bay, there's gonna be Niner fans there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If the
Because
fuck
of
go
the
there,
NFC rivalry.
Green Bay and Rams, there might be some Rams.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like it's just the Rams are not as what do you call
Not
it?
historical.
Well, they when you move 2-3,
Yeah.
when you move around and like Pittsburgh's still Pittsburgh. They only had 3 coaches their whole fucking
Yeah, that's
existence.
fucking ridiculous. I'm like, what the fuck?
So they're gonna be known as the
Mhm.
Steelers forever. Like and Steelers fans.
He's never had a losing record.
Steelers fans, like they're gonna be everywhere.
Justin Fields and they picked up Russell Wilson.
Well, yeah,
That was a good pick.
what if one gets hurt?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, so them.
That was a very smart move.
Well, because they signed Justin Fields first.
No,
So
they
you
got
still-
Russell Wilson first.
Oh, that's right. You're right. No, you're right. Yeah.
They never said like they're going to get him until like for the future.
They only signed a 1-year deal.
But I'm saying they said Wilson's our guy this next
Mhm.
year.
I don't
and
know how
then
you
they
could.
went and got
That's
Fields. And then they went and got Fields,
The
you know
Wilson,
what I'm saying?
the Russell Wilson disrespect is crazy.
dude. He's been trash.
The
Like
Broncos are a terrible organization.
no.
That's
Well,
true.
They're a terrible organization.
but I don't know. I think it's just. I watched a lot of bad Broncos games a couple years.
That
Like,
game against the Dolphins was rough.
but even the year
That was
before
rough.
that, there were even the year before, not last year, the year before. Like we played them like 3 times, I think, and they were all like one of them was like single digits, like
We
scoring.
lost that game, so
I know. My point is like,
I'm like, fuck.
but like it was like, dude, like I watched a lot of them, and he was not good at all.
I
He
think
couldn't be in the pocket, like he couldn't scramble.
because
And
he had that shitty Aaron Rodgers coach. What's his name? Fucking Hackett.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
terrible. You saw him with the Jets.
Yeah,
as
but
the
then
OC?
even when they signed the Saints dude, I forgot,
Who?
I'm blanking. The Saints old coach.
Oh, fucking Sean Payton.
Yeah, Sean Payne. Yeah, when they signed him, it didn't seem like there was much of a change until like later on. Like they started winning more games, but then it was like,
Well, that not only that, that's because sometimes when a coach, even how good a coach is, when they're out of the game a while, it takes them a while. to
Yeah.
get back.
Yeah.
but he was only
And
retired
he's
for
trying
what,
to
2 years?
resurrect
Like,
the guy's career,
Yeah.
and they were all talking shit about the guy before, like you were just doing.
Mhm.
yeah.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
But that's my point. Is like it just didn't seem like they were.
It's not a good. It wasn't a good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
feel like
didn't seem-
Pittsburgh's a good fit.
The coach, the quarterback, or the team, all
Yeah.
3 of them.
It
It
was
wasn't
just
a good
terrible.
fit.
I was just like, what are they doing? Super bad.
They paid him
And now-
a lot of money too. Like the Steelers, they don't have to pay him shit, really.
He
They
signed
only-
a minimum. Of,
yeah,
like,
very
he's
a vet
only getting $1
minimum,
million.
but he's getting everything. He's still getting all the money from Denver.
$85 million.
Yeah, it's
But if you go back and listen to the Seahawks, though, there's players there that don't even like.
Yeah,
Russell
because
Wilson.
yeah. Well,
during that Patriots Super Bowl. Yeah.
wasn't he like walking around and like free like doing like Bible shit with people and everything?
Yeah,
And
he had like his own team. Like he was never with the team on the Broncos.
Yeah.
Like he had his own little training thing, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?"
oh,
are
like
you
he
doing?
didn't he bring cameramen in too?
Yeah,
I
like
heard,
his own
like he
thing.
brought cameramen. Yeah,
And he was doing like high knees on the fucking private jet to London. Everyone's like, "What the fuck?" When everyone's trying to go to
see
sleep,
that.
like, "What the fuck?"
I
are you
did see
doing?
that.
I think he'll do good.
Well, it's fake hustle. It's like I'm the
Yeah,
I'm the
leader.
man. Shit,
I'm
huh?
always
that's why I didn't like him in the Seahawks because they wanted him to be the hero in that Patriots game. When obviously you have fucking Marshawn Lynch, 1 yard
That'll
line.
forever be like I remember watching that Super Bowl too. Like as a kid, like I wasn't like super big on like sports, like or at least football. I was big on basketball, but not like football
Yeah.
yet. And I remember watching that, and I was like, yeah, they're gonna give it to Marshawn.
Yeah,
They're gonna give it to Marshawn.
It's obvious.
And then they didn't, and I just saw the pick happen, and I was like,
But Josh is right. They wanted it to be Russell.
really? I
Yeah.
don't know. I
That's
feel like
that's. Mhm.
I feel like he had done enough up until that point.
Russell versus Brady.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
finally
So they wanted him
someone
to
got
throw the
Brady.
flag. Yeah, exactly.
Someone's gonna get Brady. 'Cause if you
Oh, they
give
wanted him to be the Pat
give it to
Mahomes of,
Marshawn,
the,
it's
of
gonna be
that
like-
generation.
Like
Yeah.
Brady's not there to tackle Marshawn.
Yeah, exactly.
And now Marshawn has his moment, which
Mhm.
would have been the greatest Super Bowl moment. Like
And
throwing
anybody-
Skittles, fucking rolling
Exactly,
people over,
exactly.
Like, he would have had that moment forever, and
Yeah.
he stole it from him.
Anybody that like knows football knows the fact that was Marshawn and the defense. Like Russell Wilson was. I don't want to say.
Yeah,
like
I remember that being a big thing. Was like
very
they
little
had
for him, but he's
the
very, like,
what was the
small.
banner they would like number 13, like the 13th man was like
Oh, the 12th man. Yeah.
or 12th man. Yeah, I'm tripping.
Legion of Boom and Marshawn.
But
That was why.
it was that time for a guy to get over on Brady.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Mhm.
what they were hoping
and he did that stupid
Because
ass
really,
pick.
like even now, it's gonna be Pat Brady.
Oh yeah,
But Pat and Brady never really played
yeah, except that last
in their
year.
primes against each other.
So
Brady is 2-0 against
Pat.
He's 2-0 in the playoffs. I'm just saying. Just saying. Just saying.
But at that time, Brady was still supposedly in his prime, and Russell was in his prime.
Yeah.
And this was the guy with his second Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, back to back.
Running
Yeah,
it back,
yeah.
running it, and they overthought it,
Like
or
passing
didn't
the
think
torch
it or
type
whatever.
thing. Yeah,
It was
exactly.
gonna be his guy. And really, that's what everyone's still hoping, that Russell gets back to that. But it's like, dude, like Brady just kept winning. You got to get yours when you get
Well, when Brady came in, he did the same thing like you were talking about, like what's his name? Like he cleans house. Like he goes in there, he gets his guys.
He got Gronk.
Goes and gets
Antonio
Gronk.
Brown.
Yeah,
I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Might as well go get Edelman too. Like fuck, like.
Yeah, but at Seattle, what year was that? Like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it has been like 10 years.
And has Seattle been even close to that since?
Fuck no, absolutely not. They have Geno Smith as their starting quarterback. Geno Smith.
Drew Lock.
No disrespect.
Yeah, the Drew Locker.
He beat the Eagles. I was like,
What, last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football.
Look at the Eagles. They they went out like.
You hear that, Anthony?
Yeah, you hear that shit? Yeah. No, the
But-
Eagles were. I don't know. There were so many times I would hear Anthony talking shit about the Niners, and I'm like, dude,
They
we
did
play
just
you
sign
guys.
Saquon, though. They got some pieces.
I do like Saquon. I do like him actually.
They lost the running back and then got him.
They traded. They let Swift
got
go.
Swift go.
They let Swift go, and then
But
they.
he wasn't their main guy. They had two guys.
Shit.
running.
He, whenever they gave Swift the ball, I feel like he was running.
Jalen Hurts
low.
is
They had
basically their
another,
running
they
back.
had another running back. They just had-
No, yeah, they had.
They had another guy.
Gainwell, I think was his name.
He's still there. They just switched.
But Jalen Hurts was getting all the TDs though because of that fucking stupid ass
the
fucking,
tush push.
I fucking hate that shit.
But they still got the same thing. They just moved Swift and put in Barkley.
Well, Kelsey's gone too, so I don't.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more of that shit. Tired of that shit.
No, wait, that's the Kelsey I can tolerate. That's the Kelsey I like.
Unless they
It's the other
find
one I can't fucking
another
stand.
fat bearded white guy who can hike and push.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know.
How about these Warriors?
No, I don't know. I mean,
The Rockets are coming up. I think they're gonna.
yeah, I heard that they were like what,
They've
3
won
games
six-
back.
they've
They're
won
like
6
3 games
games in
back
a
or
row.
something like that.
I think they're coming for that 10th
Either
spot.
Yesterday or the day before, they said they were the hottest team in the
Yeah, right now.
They won 6 in a row. Yeah.
I don't know what their schedule looks like, so I don't know how easy it is for them right now. But
Well, I know they don't. We don't play the Rockets.
no, we don't play the Rockets.
You do. You play them.
We play. Oh no, we do.
Not-
we
not
go
like
on
next,
our
but
next
you
road
play 'em
trip.
in the
We go on
season.
our next road trip.
See,
Mhm.
still got Dallas twice.
Yeah.
Spurs,
It's when we go to Dallas, I think we play
Lakers,
them. Yeah,
Still, we got.
I'm not worried about the Lakers.
You should be worried about
TJD is gonna do. Dude, if
We're
you
not worried about TJD.
dude, did you even watch the last?
I watched it. I was
okay,
at,
did
I
you
was at
watch
the job.
that?
Everybody was talking shit to me. I hated it. But
There were some plays that were happening with TJD on the floor. That was like, wow, like I don't think I've
Yeah,
ever
he's-
seen AD do that. Like I don't think I ever.
he
Like,
is good. I'm not gonna lie.
Extra, you have to be at your job and people talk shit to you.
It's my coworkers. I don't have. Yeah, it's my coworkers. It's whatever.
At least make them work more
Yeah.
or something.
Why don't they start him? TJD.
Well, I don't, because he's a rookie. You can't start.
Yeah.
a rookie, right?
But he's clearly better than he's clearly your best option as the big man.
well, for a while they were running with Sarge and
He's only an inch taller than Draymond.
yeah,
Is he really?
6'9"
Oh, shit.
or no 6'10", 6'9"?
Let's say.
That's what they list him at. But every time I watch him, I feel like he plays way bigger. Like
6'10", maybe.
Yeah.
yeah,
And Draymond's cheating on his because he always says he's 6'8". Now
nah, I'm starting to doubt that a little bit.
as older as he gets, he's kind of
Well,
shrinking.
he's always like I'm sure when he stands up straight, he might be 6'9" on his good day.
Get up and deny the rim. And
Yeah, but that's because he
Yeah.
yeah.
But now he's such
Shit,
a
yesterday he was
Yeah, he's a
dunking.
bruiser.
He was dunking
Yeah.
yesterday.
He's like those bigger guys. He just goes
He's a
low and
bruiser,
doesn't
yeah.
allow them to,
Mm-hmm.
and they have to do the hook or do something over.
But that's why
Which they
TJD.
can, like Jokic, the skilled guys,
Yeah.
they can just go right over and do it. But when he's playing, what's his name for the Kings?
Oh, Sabonis?
Yeah, that guy's not skilled enough to do it. Like he'll just bull you and bull you, but you can't bull Draymond
Yeah.
because he's that thick and strong.
You can do it to AD. He's fucking 0-10 against fucking
You have
Sabonis.
to go because
Fucking
he's
ridiculous.
soft.
Yeah, I know you
He's
saw that.
soft, and
Yeah,
he
that
pulls
was-
him. He pulls him. But AD has to do the other side because he's so much more skilled than
Yeah.
Sabonis. You got to score on him over and over.
He
and
tries to
over.
act like he's a guard. I'm like, you're fucking like 7 feet tall. Like,
Yeah, but that's the problem with it, dude. He's so
There's
Yeah.
guys who do that.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's the problem is that he's so tall, and you wish he would go like they. I mean, like oh, you've seen Skip Bayless talk shit about him before, and so like he talks.
Skip Bayless. I'm not worried.
Well, I'm just mean like you see these people like they talk about AD
Skip
too.
Bayless lives off talking shit about
LeBron. Yeah,
That's how we got. That's how we got
They're
famous.
like, this guy's great, but you know what? The way he ties his shoes at pregame, like every time in the fourth quarter he misses his
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Well, he's a big.
He's been saying LeBron's career is over for like 10 years now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's also like a big Jordan guy too. So like that's what the whole thing with Shannon Sharp was so funny is because like he's diehard LeBron, like he's the GOAT, and you look at Skip and he's like
hates him.
Yeah, he hates it. Yeah.
But like you said, Skip I think covered Jordan in his career.
He did.
Sharp was putting in work just like Jordan.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, he wasn't, but he might be the Jordan of tight ends or whatever.
100%.
Like, I mean, those guys now who have the numbers, but like he could play. Shannon Sharp could play in today's
100%.
like as a tight end.
NFL, yeah, in this area,
100%.
Not all of them could back then because they were straight blockers and they just caught on.
Yeah, he was a new generation of like actually receiving from the tight end.
They didn't do it, but you could throw to him 10 times if you needed.
Yeah,
like they do now to tight end.
He was on that Ravens team, right?
Yeah, but he was doing work with the Broncos.
Oh yeah,
nobody.
Elway, yeah, Elway.
You didn't get pushed around like you pushed everyone around.
How does John Elway still have a job as a GM? Is it because he was a Broncos team?
Yeah,
that's Just,
like if Russ would have won that second Super Bowl, he'd have a job.
Seattle.
He'd be its owner later on. Now he can't walk the streets of Seattle.
100%. My district manager was a diehard Seahawks fan. Every time I bring up Russell Wilson, he's just like, like he fucking hates him.
But I mean, I'm sure you know because you had to watch all the battles of the NFC battles.
Of course.
How much did they fucking just drip him with love?
Yeah.
For how much?
When he would barely do anything.
All that time.
LOB would get no love. Marshawn would get no love. I'm like, what do you like?
Until that play.
Yeah. They're like,
I'm telling you, I remember like watching that play and I was like, they're gonna give it to Marshawn. And they didn't. And I was like, wow, that was like
so
biggest flop, biggest fumble, whatever you want to call it. Like
that could have been the first NFL game you've ever watched in your life, and you would have said, "Oh, you're gonna give the ball to that guy."
Yeah. He's been killing.
Yeah, it was no brainer. It was really a no brainer.
No one could tackle him in 2 yards with a couple tries.
Like, they were on
or was it 2 yards or 3?
It was like
2.
No,
it was like the 1 yard line. I don't care. They were so close.
Well, he deflected it in the end zone, right?
He
literally just caught it.
They collided.
He just jumped the route. He knew where he was about to throw
exactly.
it. I remember there's a whole thing about it. Malcolm Butler, the cornerback.
Because wasn't it?
It was the small receiver.
Yeah.
Well, he ran an in route. He ran an in route on.
Oh no. Yeah. He's new. He didn't come till after.
But it's that type of receiver.
Yeah, he's like the slot receiver. Yeah.
And they were trying that little quick.
Little slant.
Just like.
Yeah, he ran it, fucking bumped him, caught it.
Reading it, he didn't have to move very far. They were.
Yeah,
that's my point. That's my point. It's like
exactly.
Which is like, why would you even throw it?
It like he came from the back of the end zone and ran.
He literally just
not playing zone 2 yards from the goal line. Like,
I mean, they were literally planning a parade in Seattle. Like,
oh my god,
give him the ball.
I will say this is during the time when the Seahawks used to beat our ass all the time, so I was so happy that they lost. I
don't know, man. I mean, like. Yeah, I guess.
This is when the Seahawks and Niners rivalry was like.
No, I remember they were going back and forth. I definitely remember those.
Would you say it's more Rams than Niners now?
Fuck no, we beat them all the time.
All the time. Did they beat you 2 years? They beat 2 years ago. They went to the Super Bowl.
That was one game, and they got lucky. We had Jimmy Garoppolo as our quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo.
I don't want to talk about Jimmy.
But we beat them.
They got you last. You got to get them next.
Yeah. I don't think
Seattle's not even there to get.
I feel like our biggest rivalry now is with the Chiefs. Even though they're not in our division,
that only happens.
That's Super Bowl.
It's not. Yeah. It's not like divisional rivalry. Like
I don't think there's nobody in our division. I feel like is.
Yeah, but has there ever been an Arizona Niners rivalry?
No, because we would always.
You're probably right because that Puka Nacua kid is nice and he's coming. Yeah. So am I.
Oh, speaking of Arizona, did you guys see we picked up Josh Dobbs?
Oh, he's nice.
Yeah, dude.
People saying he's taking Brock Purdy's job. I'm like,
I don't know about that, but I thought that was a cool pickup just in case, like
he's taking Brock Purdy's old job
as the backup. Yeah, I think
that if anything weird happens, this guy could come in.
Yeah.
So
I know he had
the job. He ain't the job he has now.
Like I don't know, like he was killing it in Arizona, and then when he went to Minnesota, yeah.
3 teams in 1 year.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like, dude, the fact you won
one
any
game.
games, yeah, in one game.
Like,
Like the fact you won any games, I'm like, dude, I didn't need you. He's an aerospace engineer too, so there's always like
super smart.
he's
The
up there.
problem is it's bad. It's really bad.
Yeah, but that's why you just need him as a backup. You don't need him as the starting
the guy.
quarterback. If you have to throw him in there because of Brock gets hurt or like he needs, I don't know,
God forbid.
yeah, God forbid, yeah.
It's not like basketball where
It's not Sam Darnold.
where
Yeah.
you can hide.
Oh, God. I don't know why I agree with that.
Like you can't hide like when like he was saying the Warriors hide people on the court. Some players, teams hide people on the court. Like your backup has to you can't hide your backup. He's the quarterback. So when he comes in, you got to be at least the quarterback.
Yeah,
you ain't got to be the best ever. But you got to know how
At
to
least
play
be a game
position.
manager. Yeah.
Like, you can't just go out there and turn the ball over and not catch snaps and not, you know what I'm saying, like do all the dumb shit. And if you don't have a legitimate team around you, those quarterbacks end up messing up because all the pressure's on them because they don't have a legitimate wide receiver. They don't have a good tight end or a good offensive line, or a running back, to actually take the pressure off of them. The Niners have never had a backup quarterback problem. They've had a quarterback problem for a long time.
A long time.
And hopefully it got fixed.
I remember, I think I was like in freshman or middle school. Kyle Shanahan just got hired, and we signed Brian Hoyer as our fucking starter.
How long has he been a coach?
He's been a coach for a while now.
He's got 2
Oh no, I wasn't a freshman. I was what's it called? Yeah, I'm tripping.
He's on his second contract. They re-upped him, right? Yeah.
2018 he got hired. I'm tripping.
Well, when they hired
but they did get
he got hired as I don't know if it was like 5 or 6 years. Because him and Lynch got 4 or 5 years right away.
Yeah, right away.
Because they had those dumb guys for a year or two.
They were like, we just need somebody here.
And they went, no, we got to get 2 guys who are legitimate. Give them 4 years. Let's try it out for 4 or 5 years.
We had Brian Hoyer.
Because it took them a while to clean out some of the old guys and shitty guys too. All the who was their coach after Harbaugh?
It was that
Tom Sula.
Yeah, Tom Sula.
And then after that it was
Chip Kelly, and then we got
Kyle came in. But Chip was only one slot.
Josh really knows his shit.
I know my
shit. For the Niners, like
I always get it mixed up because there was before Harbaugh there was Singletary and Nolan and one other guy wasn't there.
Singletary. What, back then?
Who was before Harbaugh?
I think it was what's his name?
Mike Nolan, and then I thought there
what's his name? The coach? I forgot his real name though. He had Jeff Garcia as his quarterback. What's his name? He's on NFL Network all the time. The coach, the short guy, he's like an Italian type dude. They just call him the coach.
Is it that Mike Nolan?
Nah.
He's in the suit all the time?
Is it Mike Nolan? Let me see. What's his name?
Maybe not.
If I see his face.
I don't think he's on TV.
What's his name?
Harbaugh was there for what?
He was there for a
while.
But he didn't get a second contract, right? They gave the money to Kaepernick.
Yeah,
he
left.
But Kyle got hired with a 4 or 5 year deal, and he's on his second
Steve
contract.
Steve Mariucci.
That's right.
They call him the coach. Yeah.
That was before.
Singletary. Yep.
So then it was him, Singletary, then Nolan, then probably
Harbaugh.
Because Kyle's on his second run. They got him and Rich got a second deal.
Yep. He's kind of pissing me off. Conservative Kyle. He's starting to piss me off.
Man.
It was 2nd and 4. Why the fuck are you throwing the ball?
Yeah, I don't know.
Pass it to fucking, not pass it, but throw it to fucking Christian McCaffrey. Just hand it off.
Yeah, you have to.
Christian McCaffrey was going off that game.
He passes to win Super Bowl.
He's a generational.
I think if Greenlaw doesn't go down either, like I think it's a different
you
game.
Think the Rams ran the ball when they won? They passed.
Matthew Stafford.
He's a no-looker.
He's a great QB too. Those are fantastic QBs.
What about the Ravens with Lamar and the other guy? Yeah. They got to pass to win games still.
Yeah, but they run
those. They're gonna get them to the playoffs.
Yeah,
but to win, they got to pass.
That's why I would argue that's why they lost because they were passing. They were trying to pass.
Thought they were trying to force it.
Like them two running, they're just gonna keep the ball away from the Chiefs and win the game.
I mean, shit. They didn't score at all in the second half. The Ravens held them.
But on a bad game, Chiefs are going to score 20, 21 points on their bad game, even if you're stopping them. So you got to be able to pass for those touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to throw up numbers like crazy, but when it comes to crunch time and have to throw the ball,
that's So I'm glad we have Brock Purdy, Tom Brady Jr. Tom Brady Jr.
I mean, he has to prove that he can. It ain't just him. It's the other guys. He has to, because everyone, like you just said, Jimmy. Yeah, fucking Jimmy G. And we all knew when those ducks were thrown up,
God.
it was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I remember when he blew, bro, twice in a row he blew George Kittle.
Purdy throws it, you don't put your head here, like, you know.
No.
Yeah.
I feel way better about Purdy throwing than I do for
I
Jimmy.
feel more about the I mean, they have better receivers. But those guys have to prove now that there is a guy who can throw it.
They have to prove they can go get it.
When it matters. We're not gonna, and whoever that's going to be in the future, because they can't pay all of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I know the whole shit with Ayuk
Jennings is pretty good. I
like Jennings too.
Like downfield, over the middle, throw to him more.
The one-hander he had when Brock turned around and threw it back over the cross.
That game, I went through all the emotions in that game. All the emotions.
You went through it. You were like that fucking movie Inside Out. You had all the
What emotion is like?
I went from hype because the game was starting to pissed off to fucking sad because I thought it was over and then getting hyped again. I was like, what the fuck? Ridiculous.
I'm getting hyped again. The game's over. The season. I'm getting hyped again.
I was when we were coming back. I was like, oh
dude,
shit.
I'm telling you, when he did that shit, I was like, all right, we're not losing.
No, when the helmet bounced off, I was like, we're winning this game. I was like, football gods are black. Football gods. That was crazy. Well, we'll be back.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so.
Even though I am worried about a couple teams in the NFC now.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Packers,
the thing. Is, the Packers definitely got
the Lions are coming.
But as good as the Niners' running game is, when they're in goal, 10 yard to goal, whatever, everyone loves Kittle, but his whole career, I've never seen him catch a
I will say he has.
That's what tight ends used to do and still do. Jennings, tall receiver, goes and throw it up to him.
He goes get it. He's gonna go get it. Yeah.
Especially if guys are guarding the other two receivers. So you got Jennings on a 1-on-1 with a small corner or something. Throw it up to him if you're 5-10 yards out. He's that tall and he can catch. I wouldn't throw it to him 15 times a game, but in those situations, you gotta use it, especially if you don't have a tight end that does that.
Yeah.
That kid,
He's more like a vertical tight end, George Kittle.
How do you feel about Deebo Samuel though? Him only being because I feel like they don't. I feel like they don't throw it. I mean,
to Deebo enough.
That, but it's like they don't. They only. It's anytime it goes to them. It's only just the those slants. Yeah, it's only the slants.
Or catch and then run you over.
Yak people. Yeah.
But that's why Jennings is. You got to get someone who can catch.
Yeah, you have to have a vertical threat.
10 yards,
I love Deebo, but
like when you're on the goal line or 10 to go, it doesn't matter how many because you need that area of catch down and take a hit and you're in the goal line.
Yeah.
You're not running open field, juking, knocking motherfuckers over. You need that to get there.
But you also need the other side of it.
You gotta have a couple of guys so there's that option there.
Well, Ayuk is like that too.
Yeah, but
he's a crazy.
But Jennings is so much bigger than him that it's like.
Have you seen Ayuk's arms?
Yeah,
he's
like
Mr.
I know
fucking
that.
Fantastic. It's ridiculous.
He's way shorter.
Yeah.
You got to get him open
to really make it. Yeah.
To me, Jennings are a big tight end.
Oh, you can have some bodies on him. Yeah.
And that because they're just. Yeah. You know what I mean? They do that goal line catching.
He used to play with Josh Dobbs in college.
What Wilson wanted the guy for the Seahawks to do.
Yeah.
Turn and catch it and not let a guy just walk in.
Yeah.
I bet that dude didn't even know it was going to him. He was like, "What?
Why are you throwing it to me?
Watch those right fucking here.
Like, you throwing that shit to me? Come on, dude. I didn't even hear that play call.
That was the wildest shit I ever saw. I remember, I don't know where I was. I was with my dad, and I remember we went to his friend's house for a minute. And I remember he had it on because it was Super Bowl. And I turned to look, and I was like, "Oh yeah!" I was like, "He's gonna give it to him." Fucking threw it. What is going on here?
Was that one play dumber than what the Detroit coach did in the NFC Championship as a whole?
That was very stupid.
I don't know. I think the Detroit coach.
He was in field goal range in a couple of those fourth
downs. But I felt I did kind of respect him going for it. But I knew it. I respect it, but I'm like, I know that's an idiot move. You could do it once, but you definitely can't do it twice.
I did the math. If you would went for those field goals, they would have beat us if they went up. Got those field goals. I did the math. I was like, oh shit.
That's in hindsight though. In the moment, you didn't really know if they were thinking we had to go.
Keep a 17-point
Yeah.
But he said, he's like, oh no, we don't want a 17-point lead. We want a 14. And then when you get the ball, all of a sudden it's 7 or 10, whatever it was. Did they score a touchdown first or a field goal first?
They got a field goal.
They were getting momentum, and either way they were getting.
And then we scored, and then
I'm at the Niners.
Oh yeah, we got a field goal first. Then I think we scored. Then we got a fumble.
And then it went to 3 all of a sudden
because we got that fumble.
Oh my God!
They're right back in this game, and there's a whole game to play still. Like they let them
amazing.
right back in the game with the whole quarter to play.
That game is amazing.
That's why it was impressive. That's why
we didn't go through all the inside-out emotions of that one either. The whole
no, that was
I was hyping
emotions.
myself up. I was like, we're gonna come back. I was trying to hype myself up.
The whole first time, you're like, this isn't believable.
Man, I was like, what is happening? I thought we were going to whip their ass. Detroit, I was like, we're going to whip their ass. I was like, what is happening?
This is the Lions. We know who they are.
I mean, they were, I think out of all the teams in the NFC, or like just in the NFL in general, they definitely surprised me the most coming out of the year. Because I watched that first game against the Chiefs when they played, and I was like, damn, they're like really whooping their ass.
I knew Detroit was coming after I saw Hard Knocks. When I saw
you watched the HG. I didn't get to watch that. I got a dinner and watch that.
They were coming.
I just feel bad for Barry. Barry Sanders was out there getting all the love before the game. Everyone's like, Barry. And then they started winning. And it was like, this is going to happen. Like, and in the second half, I'm like, get Barry. Give him the ball. Let's keep this league somehow. Like, no, it's gone. Just like that.
Damn.
That's all it took. Just think, what if they never get back for like another?
That's what that's almost kind of what
I know. You got that much trust in golf?
He had a good season. He's had a couple good seasons. He's good. Like he needed to leave LA. That was good. I think they'll be good. The teams I'm worried about as a Niner fan are the Lions and the Packers. I'm not worried about any other team except the Lions and the Packers.
Who's the Packers?
They got that Jordan Love kid. He's solid, and they got like a safety from the Giants who's really good.
Maybe they got better like in the offseason.
No, they got a safety who's good from the Giants. His name's Xavier McKinley. He came from Alabama. He's good. So they're better on the defense. And Jordan Love, I don't know how the Packers keep getting away with
this.
You're
seeing them as the for sure division winner over there.
No, 2 years for him though. The first
not for sure because him and the Lions are in the same division, right? Yeah. No, I think the Lions are going to win the division. They got rid of Kirk Cousins. They're done.
He's in Atlanta now, right?
Yeah, he's in Atlanta. Atlanta might be pretty good.
Afraid of Atlanta?
I'm not. I'm afraid of a guy with a fucking broken leg. Or what do you do?
Have you seen how much money he's earned?
Yeah,
he has like $500 million. Brady's only got like.
He's getting away with robbery right now.
He's only won one playoff game.
You weren't afraid of Atlanta when Kyle was at Atlanta, and Ryan was there, and they played Kaepernick in that first.
That's the thing. He was a part of that team when they gave up the lead. So it was like,
which game?
It was against the Niners. It was the first round. Niners in week 1 or 2 of the playoffs. Where the Falcons had the Niners beat, and Kaepernick, they came all the way back. And
he was on that staff? I remember that was when we went to the Super Bowl against the Ravens.
Maybe he didn't get that staff.
I remember that game. Yeah, I remember
maybe he was still on the Redskins.
He was
that was when they had Matt Ryan. That was prime Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan. Jones. Oh, yeah, definitely.
They were taking the jump. They had Julio. Or did they have Julio?
Yeah, they did. That was when he was in his prime. Him and Matt Ryan.
And they were mashing people in the regular season.
Yeah, there was a point they were like 12-0 during that season. I remember that.
You know, honestly, I think he was on that stuff because I remember going to Reno watching that game, and I actually had money on the Falcons.
He's probably like a QB coach or something.
I had money on the Falcons. I forgot what it was, but and I left. I was like, I'm not even watching this game. I started playing at the roulette table and shit, and then like I started hearing all these people cheering. I'm like, that better not be that fucking game. That better not be that fucking. I just kept playing. And then Andre came out of nowhere. He goes, they're coming back. He bet the Niners. I was like, fuck you. You're messing up my relationship. He was like, no, for real, they're coming back. And I was like, oh, all right, watch my money. I gotta go watch the end of this. And I forgot what. I think Kaepernick either ran it in at the end or something. I was like, this is disgusting. They were winning by like 21.
It was like 28-7 or something.
And then they just whatever. I didn't watch the game like I did the other one, but I just kept hearing cheering.
I bet you can find that shit on YouTube.
I kept hearing cheering.
I found a couple of games like that on.
Because that was the year he probably beat the Packers too. He ran all over the Packers
and the Seahawks. He rushed for like 200 yards against the Seahawks.
He broke the playoff records and shit like that.
The QB record.
The Packers just couldn't. They were like, he was just running right by. He wasn't even running hard. He was prancing, and they were just falling behind him.
Was that the
Lamar Jackson before Lamar Jackson?
Was that the first year that he was with us, or
I think
that
it
was
was
the
his first full year as a starter?
That was the first full, yeah.
He pulled like a Brock Purdy
because he came in early in the season because Alex got hurt, and then
No, that was his first year because Alex got hurt and then he went to the
yeah,
Super
that's
Bowl.
how-
Yeah.
He got
That
healthy,
was his first year.
and they went, we're not going to go to him because he already played the last few weeks of the season.
Yep.
So we're just going to ride with Cap.
that's why I feel like his career kind of ended shortly because no one had film on him, and then they just realized they're like, oh, like, same like Lamar Jackson kind of.
Yeah, but no other team was running like their quarterbacks did that.
No, that's my point. Is like
Other
once
than, like,
once
Cam
people have
Newton,
film,
But
like
Cam Newton ran almost between the fucking
He had to
tackles.
shoot out with Brady at one game.
I didn't say he didn't have games like that. I
No.
just said that, I was just saying that like that was his main thing. Like, you knew
No, yeah, like when
Kaepernick
you
was
think
going
of
to
him,
run
you
it.
think of running.
You think of him running. You don't think of him like throwing 40-yard like.
Well, he threw darts. They were just like
They were fucking
Yeah.
like,
Jesus
line,
Christ.
like
On the rope. I'm
fucking-
like, my lord.
and then the tight end be like, and then you're like, nigga, hit me a stride.
Yeah,
Let's play. Fool. I'm trying to go that way, but
That was when we were stacked. Vernon Davis, Crabtree.
Yeah, good time.
I think we had what's his name, Navarro Bowman,
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Willis.
the receiver from the Cardinals.
Oh, Bolden, yeah, Antoine Bolden. We had Randy Moss on that team. He was super old, but still.
What was the last year Frank Gore was on the Niners? I forget.
I don't know. I remember
Anyway, he ended up.
he was super old.
He played like 8 years after the Niners.
Yeah, he was around.
man.
Yeah, but I think it's because I saw a thing on Twitter. It was like Frank Gore or Christian McCaffrey. Like, what's the better like running back up for the Niners? And I'm like, McCaffrey is
I like McCaffrey, but Gore
Gore's tough, dude. Gore's tough.
Yeah, but that's a hard comparison because
There's different eras too.
all the tough years McCaffrey did with the Panthers
Or looked
all
over
of a sudden, like all that, and then he got to the Niners when they were ready to take off. That's all they needed was like Gore didn't have that. Gore had to do all those
all the dirty work. He had to stay that. Yeah,
bad team, good team, whatever the fuck. Like he didn't get to go off the Niners onto a ready-made Super Bowl team. He went to like the Bills and some other.
Yeah, he did go to the Bills. He went to he did.
That was before Tua and Josh Allen got there. They were still dirt for they were traffic cones for Brady.
Yeah.
They weren't they weren't who
they were. They were real opposite.
I think we're gonna get a son.
No he wasn't running opposite Tyreek Hill with the Dolphins.
You think we're gonna get a son? Frank Gore Jr.
Oh, I did, bro. I saw that shit on Twitter.
Yeah.
I saw that they were like they had talked to him and they talked to
Jerry Rice's son.
Jerry Rice's son. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it depends on cause
is he good enough? Or
that's my point.
Yeah,
Like,
is
is
really
it just
good
the
or
name?
Like the Bronny treatment.
Dude, that's you guys. I can't wait till you guys sign.
Please,
I can't wait till you guys sign Bronny.
Please do not.
When you guys, oh my god, because that's gonna be like,
Please do not
Bronny,
get
you should just stay for a
not
full.
Stay in school, bro.
Stay for another
Stay in
year,
school,
bro.
I'm not gonna say shit about the Lakers drafting him because if I do, I know the Warriors will end up drafting him.
I don't think the Warriors will draft him.
Dude, the Lakers aren't gonna keep LeBron.
I hope we don't. I hope we don't.
You guys
Lakers aren't gonna draft him.
But I saw a thing that he's angling to sign. They offered him like a 3-year, $100 million
For
deal.
the Lakers? That they want to resign him?
And LeBron's thinking about doing it. I'm like, what the fuck
Why
are
would
you
you
doing?
want to do that?
It's so stupid.
He doesn't need the money. One.
Yeah.
He's not doing it for the money.
But do you think, like, if LeBron were to come to the Warriors, like, is he gonna try to like blow?
When you're
like,
that
clean house?
old, even Brady, when you're, I'm not comparing them both, but say who else played that?
Yeah, facts.
Like, unless you're someone like Dirk, Kobe, and Curry, who you're like, I'm there for 20 years in the same place. LeBron, he threw that away a long time ago. So there's no way he's gonna be like, oh yeah, give me a 4-year deal, and I'm in my 40s, like,
and I'll stay here, retire.
He's gonna do that 1 year, just like Kobe did at the end of his year.
Yeah.
Give me a year, $26 million. Next year, give me $27 million. Next year, and just keep re-upping until my Achilles blows or my, or LeBron, like there's no way they're gonna sign to a multi-year deal. You can't.
I hope
And I think there's what do you call it? Even they don't have draft picks to like pick a new superstar.
Because we're fucking stupid.
But it is the Lakers, and it's like
people do want to play for them.
Yeah, you got the Lakers will get
if he's
free
gone,
agents. They'll get free agents.
We can get
if
somebody.
he's gone, they can go get
Trey
like
Young, Donovan Mitchell. I hope that would be nice. But I feel like if LeBron leaves, AD would want to leave, which I'm fucking fine with because he's fucking fragile as fuck.
Who, AD?
Yeah,
You're cool with AD
I'm
leaving? I thought this was a cornerstone of your franchise.
What if they go get someone like De'Aaron Fox? Is he full?
That would be crazy.
Is he a king for life right now? I don't think so.
No, because they wanted to ship him. They wanted to ship him with Tyrese Halliburton.
Right now,
it was between them two.
Does he already have a long contract? De'Aaron Fox?
I think he did. He just signed one. Yeah, like a 5-year, $300.
I know they gave one to Sabonis when they traded him, and they gave him a big deal. So they locked him and Fox up for
a while.
the next few years.
Imagine if they still had Halliburton. Nah, that wouldn't work out.
So
It would, yeah.
So
that
who
would
are the
work out.
next real?
Team to come up.
No, like real free agents that are like on the docket. Please don't say like Harden and Kyrie.
Paul George is.
I was gonna say Paul George too.
Yeah.
I don't think he's leaving the Clippers.
No, he's not gonna leave.
They all want those guys for the new building. And
Yeah, they yeah.
Who are?
Exactly.
This is a good conversation. Who is?
Who would be the net? Randall.
I think Trae Young is a free agent.
Trae Young's
coming up.
Randall, I think, is coming up for the Knicks. They don't
Dude,
want
Randall, they
so-
want to
so-
let go. That guy
Yeah,
gotta go.
yeah, he
Let
needs
that
to
guy
leave.
go.
It's Zion. How long is Zion signed?
He just signed a deal.
Well, they're
I
getting
What about
pissed. They
Ingram?
might ship
Did
him though
Ingram-
if they
did
get
Ingram
pissed
sign
enough.
it? Did Ingram sign
I don't think so.
I don't remember if he signed anything.
He already played for the Lakers.
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan.
He already played for the
He's
Lakers.
old though. ain't
Yeah,
he?
he's old. Buddy Hield. LeBron, of course. Harris. Gary Harris. Fucking Gary Harris. D'Angelo Russell. Klay Thompson. These are all. Pascal Siakam. He's about to be a free agent.
Are they trading him for a rental? They didn't
Yeah,
get him.
the Pacers.
For
Yeah,
the
he's about to
1
be a
year.
free agent.
For
Yeah.
1 year. That was the thing they were talking about with the Warriors, because like if they
If
were
they
to
got
go
rid
get
of
him,
their youth,
they
they
were
would be for nothing. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's not
Yeah, it's a pretty weak class. What's his name?
It doesn't sound good. Klay
Yeah.
Thompson and Pascal Siakam.
Yeah.
were on
Miles
top.
Bridges from the Hornets. Yeah.
It's hard to say with him because if you put him in a good spot, you don't know if he'll.
Yeah.
Guys that are on the Hornets and stuff like you just don't know if they're.
Malik Monk. He's pretty good.
Blake
I was mad
Blake
that the
Monk's
Lakers-
a free agent.
He's about to be.
You
I was
guys ain't
gonna
gonna
say,
sign him. You
but
guys
he
didn't
already
sign him
was
before.
a Laker.
Yeah,
he was,
they
and he
didn't
was
want
doing good. I'm like, why did we not bring him back? I was pissed.
Maybe
He's
they
your
could-
guys' best
maybe-
scoring option.
Tyrese Maxey's about to be, but he's gonna get paid.
Yeah, they're
they're
not
not
gonna
gonna pay him. Maybe they could get that other guy, the Horton guy that they let go, Horton Tucker.
Oh,
Fuck
dude,
no.
on the Jazz, dude. Oh my God.
OG from. But
OG Anunoby?
you think he'll come back to the Knicks?
Yeah, I know. With how well they're playing right now, I think
They're
might.
doing
They're
good.
gonna try to
I
resign.
know
him.
you're happy about that.
Well, I don't know. Like, I don't know why I like the
The
Knicks
problem
sometimes.
is they have to get healthy to see who they want to keep.
Yeah.
Like, if Anunoby
Well, that's why, like,
if he doesn't play in the playoffs this year, how do they know? If they
because
really
is
wanna
Randall is Randall hurt for the rest of the year? Or is he
Yeah.
come, they have
No,
to.
he never shows up. in the
Dude, the past 2 times he's like every time he gets to the playoff first round, he just starts chucking and he can't make anything. But in the regular season, he does great. He has numbers and
There's certain guys like that when it comes to playoffs. Or it's just,
Tobias Harris is a free agent. Drew Holiday, I thought he signed a thing.
it sounds
he's
like,
with the he's gonna go back, right?
it sounds
To
like
Boston?
Philly
No.
has to pony up their money, or they're gonna lose some guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is a weak class.
But they're gonna pay Max. So I bet
100%.
Harris. I bet you they don't pay Tobias Harris.
Yeah, he'll probably leave.
You guys better draft well. That's all I gotta say.
We have
Better
no
go get
fucking picks.
some-
we have
They
no picks.
leverage them all already. They don't have any. But
We
it's
did-
the Lakers. You could get.
Yeah, we
you
can get
guys
people.
could get a free
Like, hey, you
agent.
can come play for the
You just have
Lakers.
to wait till next year, not this
It's
year.
the same thing. Yeah.
That draft class, unless you want Clay, we'll give you Clay.
I would take
really?
Clay.
I know you.
I would take Clay. Happily take Clay.
Dude, that
You
day
want Clay
we were-
to start. We're
Oh,
gonna keep Clay to bench you to bench Miles.
If LeBron's still there, I'll take Clay. I feel like LeBron can get the best out of him. LeBron's really good with shooters. When he has shooters,
Yeah, but that's
no
one
problem.
guy. You don't have
D'Lo.
the other. D'Lo's not a shooter. He's a scorer, bro. He's a scorer. He's a point guard. But
did
he's
you
not
not
a
see?
spot up.
Did
He's
you
not,
not watch that Bucks game
I don't care.
where he was terrible? He's the worst.
Austin Reeves
I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reeves, Clay with the Clay. Hear me out. Hear me out, Clay.
Who's gonna defend though? They better get
Yeah,
Caldwell
because
Pope.
Clay can't defend like he used to. You're thinking of Clay like in his prime. Like right now, it's been.
That's why we're kicking him to the bench.
Reeves is a pretty good defender.
This
He just got
moment-
dunked on, but
I know.
I was
He
don't
don't
tell
play.
me.
He didn't even start. His
Yeah.
minutes are going to Pashitsky. And you
Oh,
want him?
God. Dude, he was
He's
bad. He was
starting
bad.
over a
He was.
rookie. A terrible rookie starting over.
Mm.
That's the Clay the era of Clay we're in right now.
Pajemski was.
it's because the
bad
Warriors are
last night.
dying. They're a dying franchise.
I wouldn't say
That's
we're
a-
dying. No, we can't say
They're a
we're dying.
franchise.
Is that we just have to actually like we have to pick who we're keeping. I don't know why they keep talking about Pajemski. I understand that like he was a
Last
high
year and
pick
this
and
year, it looks like we're on life alert.
I'm telling you.
Something's going on.
something's going on.
And they need to
They're
check
about to
I
come
honestly
out.
think they should keep Moody. I think Moody is like exactly what they want in the
Moody's
taller
solid.
guard. Even though he doesn't play the guard position as much, but like he's a bigger guy. He's
I
longer.
feel like you guys are just trying to hold on to the past too much.
What about that?
Moody?
Yeah,
no,
with
no,
Moody,
no,
yeah.
but I'm talking about with Clay.
He came in with
Draymond,
commit.
and
No, but like,
Yeah, but
but
we moved him to the bench.
Yeah, you
can
We're
move him
to the
obviously
bench.
making
Yeah.
the transition.
But I'm saying like you have to keep like your
Hanging
athletic
on
guys.
to the past, what you're talking about is making Draymond our starting center.
No, fuck no.
That's dumb. That's just a dumb thing.
Can't do
But
it.
they still do it. They still put Draymond in the starting
Even
five.
though he's old.
Yeah.
He's older.
saying.
They put him.
We put him out there
if he
with four
does anything
guards.
physical, he gets suspended.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So now you're asking him to be the starting center
Yeah.
to bump with everybody.
And then
Yeah.
tell him to not touch it.
Yeah, it's like,
He
dude, we
doesn't-
need a center who bumps. We can't have a center
That's why you need that TJD
who's
to
not. Yeah,
start.
but he's just a jumper and a high. He's not a bogut. A Zaza.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Last
They
night he
need
looked like
muscle.
Bogut. He looked like
My point
Bogut last
is
night.
they need another guy with muscles and
Like a
who's
JaVale.
mean.
Yeah.
You
Someone
need like a
who's
David
mean.
West. You need
Yeah.
So it's not always Draymond getting into all that stuff. I mean, he started that because he went over into the huddle and started listening.
Yeah.
And then they pushed him, and that dude with the.
right after the timeout, it was a classic. That was hilarious. It was like timeout, and everyone just
Who's
came
the
out.
guy on the Memphis with muscles? The one that grabbed Draymond?
Bane.
Bane, yeah. Like
Bane.
once that dude muscled and grabbed Draymond,
Yeah,
Draymond.
he was like, get the
He's
fuck
like,
out.
oh no, dude. A
He
guy
fucked
with
up.
muscles touching me? Oh no.
He
That's
fucked
why
up.
the way we got all these soft guys, and Draymond has to fight all of our battles. It's like, dude,
You gotta
if he
have help.
touches anyone, it's a 2-week
Flagrant.
suspension. So we got to get a guy who's like, and it could be a, I'm not saying go get Steven Adams, but it could be
But
a
someone like
European
that.
Yeah, yeah.
guy
Yeah, I agree.
who will say, hey, fuck you.
Like
and
an
not
Enes
afraid
Kanter?
to-
Yeah.
like, well, please don't say that. It's terrible. But it can't just be him. Like,
No.
to solve your woes at center, you can't put a guy who's volatile emotionally and who's
And
at
put
Or like
him
a
out there by
Nurkic.
himself.
That shit got. I remember Aaron kept talking about that. Like he
yeah,
wanted
that's the one.
Nurkic.
That's the guy
Nurkic.
Draymond hates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
He hates those kind of centers, those
Mm.
soft, like
well, because they talk big shit. Like when you watch the games, like they're talking shit, they're throwing elbows, and it's like
Nurkic
Nurkic
has
is a-
skill.
He had like 20-something rebounds.
Nurkic is a fucking bum,
You're very
a
crazy.
certified bum.
Don't listen to him.
Nurkic
You're
actually
good.
has skill. He just isn't like he himself can't be the bruiser. Like even the guy from the Kings, Sabonis, he has all the skill. He can shoot. He can dunk. But he tries to be bully, and it's like, dude, you're not a bully out here. This isn't even the era of bullies.
Yeah.
Like Embiid can go bully because the whistle goes. Giannis can bully because he's
I hate him. I hate
because
him.
Giannis is a freak, so of course he's gonna bully.
Yeah.
Like Sabonis is like, dude, you can't go bully because they're not gonna let you do that
Yeah.
in this era.
Yeah.
You have to play to your skills.
Yeah.
And Nurkic has skills, the European big man skills. He isn't Dirk or anything like that. But you can't just say, hey, that's our center. It's like because even what's he on the Suns right now?
Yeah.
Like Durant needs a guy.
Yeah.
So Durant doesn't have to do all this stuff because he doesn't want to be physical. He just wants to shoot and score. And they can't have a guy in there like even when they had Aiden. Aiden was big, but he was a puppy dog.
Yeah.
He didn't get into any scuffs.
Worst first overall pick I've ever seen in my life.
Even worse than Wiggins. I thought you didn't like Wiggins first overall pick.
Wiggins has been pissing me off. No cat.
I think
He had
Aiden's
one
worse.
good year.
Hey, he's had at least one great year.
Aiden's never gonna have that one good year.
Never. Aiden is
He's never gonna
I'm
have
a little
that one.
delusional. I'm not gonna lie.
Terrible. Who?
Aiden.
You're delusional? Oh, I was gonna say. I thought you were gonna say some good stuff.
Like, I seen he was like talking
It's
to
not
reporters.
even like delusional confidence like
Yeah, like
Kaczynski has. He's literally just delusional. Like he has no clue.
he's like, I proved what I needed to, and I was like, what did
That's
you
your
do?
ass?
Yeah, what did you, yeah.
No, that he got drafted.
I drafted him paid. And it was all right. Yeah, it didn't make no sense to me. I don't know, but I don't know. The whole thing you're talking about, like with like TJD, is
How much does the number one pick even get now?
I
Like maybe he just got picked. That was the last pick.
he's
right?
set for life. He doesn't have to
No,
do
but
anything.
how
He's
much-
for
like how
kids.
much is he making right now on it?
I don't know
you
how
got-
much.
you got the
Let me
phone,
see.
you can look it up. Chet was number one last year.
Number two? He
Yeah.
went number two, right?
Chair with number 2.
Who was number? Oh, Van Carroll.
Van Carroll, yeah. Which is crazy. I remember when
So
that
this
whole
is
draft
Van
was going
Carroll's-
down.
This is Van Carroll's second year. He's
Van
still
Carroll's
on his-
solid.
Third year.
though.
Third year, right? Van
This
Carroll's
is-
third year?
But he's still on his rookie deal.
He's
So
still
how
on
much
his
are
first
those
year.
guys? I think Kaczynski's making $3 million.
At least, yeah, no, because he
And
got
when
drafted
did he get
in
drafted? He in the first round, right?
19. Is that what he went?
Yeah.
Because then TJD went 56 or something.
But yeah, he ain't making $3 million.
Not as much. Yeah, no, he's making probably like
But
Brock Purdy
Wemby's
shit.
got to be making, well, obviously endorsements and shit too.
Yeah.
But his salary's
Yeah,
gotta
but what are
be-
they really getting
what
right
is it,
now? Like,
5-6 million as a number,
for number one, it depends on what it was last year.
and then it goes up each year.
It's
That's why-
definitely like three. It's
but that's
definitely like
why
a
the
couple
Warriors
million.
wanted to get rid of Wiseman because
Yeah, because he was gonna have to.
After a
Yeah,
couple
you're gonna have to get money.
You gotta pay him more and
If
more.
you're a first overall pick, you get like $10 million.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But Banchero, that was last year, and now
it's probably up. It's probably like 12, maybe.
Yeah, that's what it says going up. Yeah.
That also matters too. Yeah.
So Wemby, whatever he's making now, in the next year he's a star.
Yeah.
Got all these accolades. He's gonna get a raise. Not making, but he's gonna pay later on down the line. But they're still making, you know what I'm saying? Like these guys are making money and they're, outright deserving it right now. Banchero and those guys. Who was before Banchero?
Edwards, I think. No,
he was number one.
I think he went number one. Yeah,
this is his third year.
Yeah. He's been there for a minute.
Was it Edwards?
Yeah.
I thought he got drafted in 2020 though.
No, he got drafted by Georgia yeah.
But this is Kuminga's third year. He's only like 20 years old.
Yeah, that was the same draft with Anthony Edwards and James Wiseman.
Where did Edwards go to college? Did he go to college?
He went to Georgia.
He went to Georgia.
He was killing. He was dunking on. He was dunking on fool, huh? No, I think he was there. How long was he there? Was he one and done? I thought he was at least 2.
As you can see now, he's a man.
Yeah, he got picked in 2020. So who was the
2019?
2020 during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Cade Cunningham, 2020.
Oh yeah, that's right. How did I forget Cade?
Because he's on the fucking
Pistons. I feel so bad for Cade because when you watch him, like he's actually like he's a hooper. Like he's real hooper. Solid. But he's surrounded by fucking like nobody.
You can see the difference between
Detroit.
Edwards' first year, he's still a kid, to the man he is now.
That dunk he had to call he's
not afraid anymore of, rookie year he might have been afraid of him.
Like intimidated,
Draymond,
now he doesn't give a fuck.
Now it's like,
he don't give a fuck no more.
I don't give who coming to town. Like they gotta guard me. They ain't gotta guard Cat or who. They gotta guard me.
You ever see like the
like no one's scheming. Like nobody's scheming to guard Mike Conley. Like they're coming here for me. Like he's in his third year. Right?
Yeah, he's in his third year.
Your high draft pick, third year, you got to be something.
He's in his fourth year. No, he's in his third.
It's 2020.
Look how good Chet is now. And this is his so-called third year, but
it's his second year.
But it's really his second year. Just think how good he's going to be in 2 more years when he's got man muscles.
Man gets bulks up.
That did be his man muscles. I don't know. We don't have to see.
Giannis was like that. He used to be skinny just like those guys.
Yeah, I guess he was.
They didn't call him the freak.
Yeah, that was different. Yeah,
that was different. Like he was just as skinny as those guys, and then he fucking bulked up.
But like, if you, I guess because I've seen Chet throughout like his whole like high school shit too. Because I remember he did like the camp with Curry, and like he was hooping over there, and like he was doing well. Like you see the highlights and shit, but then like watch him in the NBA, it's like I don't know, like I don't assume he's gonna be like the Greek freak like size. Like I don't think he's gonna be that swole. I think he's gonna be like, even though he's from here, like that European, like he's gonna have the moves. Yeah, he's gonna be the Dirk, like. But he's mobile though. Like for what he is, like he can actually move.
You think they're gonna make a deep playoff run?
Who the Thunder?
Yeah.
They got pieces. I think they could. I mean, yeah, but who else? Like it's like this bottom tier of like the play-in tournament like isn't gonna make like the Miami Heat. Like Lakers are not gonna do it. Warriors might make the second round.
The Lakers can beat the Thunder.
Bro, no, they can't.
They've already beaten them like 3 times in the regular season.
I think when it comes down to the money, like you guys are gonna be tired. AD's not gonna be.
I'm just gonna say, Josh, if they actually have to play the whole 7 games,
you guys are gonna be tired.
It's gonna be rough.
Yeah,
You can get up for one-off games when they come to your house.
I feel like it's gonna be like a Warriors.
He's gonna hurt his eye in one of them.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? I heard he wasn't coming back. I was like, are you fucking serious?
LeBron's gonna be sore at least one of those games, like.
Yeah.
Unless D'Lo takes over.
Okay,
this is such a great shooter.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I need to see D'Lo like go out there and win.
You think the Thunder can beat the Suns in the 7-game series?
Thunder versus the Suns.
Suns are another one. You don't know if they're gonna.
Because it's
be healthy for the whole 7 games.
Well, we've never seen this core of
together.
Yeah, together. So it's kind of hard to tell.
The Denver Thunder,
they're gonna
Denver
win.
Thunder and the T-Wolves have been together.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I trust them more.
The Warriors and the Lakers, but they're mix and match guys in the past couple of years.
Which is why
But there's 3 or 4 teams in the West that been together for the past. I mean, Denver like 8 years.
Yeah.
And then T-Wolves the past 4 or 5 years at least.
Yeah, once they went and
Cat's been there, but they got
Cat
Rudy, they got Edwards 4 years ago, Conley. So they've been there slowly. And then,
they've been slowly building a team.
We call it, like you said, Thunder. The Thunder, people are like, oh, they're weak. They're going to be weak. They got all these draft picks. And then all of a sudden they're good.
Yeah, I was going to say, they got good really fast.
Last year they had players, but they were all hurt. No Chet.
Yeah.
Giddy's first
Josh
year.
Giddey was
Kind of really letting everyone know.
That boy Josh Giddey. Yeah, I know you.
Did they have the 2 Williams guys, or they just got them now? The two Williams.
I don't know.
That was last year they picked them.
I think
This
so.
is their like second year.
Yeah, when they're like really coming up.
And then Dort, they
At least
had
it feels
for a
like
few
yeah.
they've
Dort
had him.
had
He was in
for
the
a
bubble. I remember
Yeah,
that.
and I guess was their center still Adams for how long?
Yeah,
for
Adams
a
was
while,
still
and then
there.
until recently, yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's not. He don't even play. Right?
He's on the
Nah.
Rockets now.
He's on the
Really?
Rockets?
I didn't know
He got
that.
traded during
That's
the trade deadline. He's on the
crazy.
Rockets now.
So who's
But he's still hurt.
Who's their center though? Is it Chet?
It's Chet. Chet's
Yeah,
their
they
center.
just put yeah.
Chet's their center.
Every time I see it, he always matches up with Draymond.
Only
I
one
hate it.
Williams starts. So the one Williams starts
Jalen
with
with
Gildress
Shy,
and
Dort. Yeah.
Those are
Shy,
two guards, right?
Dort, Giddy.
Dort starts still?
Dort starts. Yeah, he starts. I think it's just a respect thing because he's been there for so long. But it's them three, then Chet, and I don't know who else. I forgot who else.
I mean, they got some guys that you haven't heard of either, and they still play like they're all drafted. It's like I just don't know if they're.
Yeah, it's Shea, Josh Giddey, Dort, Williams, and Holmgren. That's their starting five.
Mm-hmm. And then there's always a Williams on the court at one time.
Yeah, always. Like Jesus. Oh, Gordon Hayward's there. I forgot he went
That's
over
why
there.
he just got him.
He's on the Thunder.
At the end of the year.
They got him at the trade
They
deadline.
played him a couple games. We got a veteran here.
We're not just fucking around. You know, we're not just young guys.
Well, they want him for like, dude, like you've been in a playoff series, right? I know you lost the problem, but you've been there, right? Like,
you got the experience.
He
was a dog.
And they were rough though because it was dinner just him. Well, no, he had Rudy Gay, right? It was Rudy Gay on the team with him back then.
Rudy was there for a while.
Probably Mike Conley was there.
Mike Conley,
Rudy was on the Kings too for a while. Like Rudy's been around.
Yeah.
Has he
Rudy
really?
was
still
on
in the league.
Memphis. He was on Memphis.
Was it?
for a minute.
How long has he been in the league? I thought he was in his Utah his whole career.
No,
Rudy's been like he was on our team this year.
Really?
He was on our camp. We cut him the day before.
You're right. I do remember that.
He was on our roster.
Rudy Gobert.
No. Rudy.
Gay.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, Rudy Gay. Yeah. You're talking about Rudy
That's the
Gobert.
old Rudy. Yeah, the new Rudy.
Oh, yeah, Rudy Gay.
I don't call him.
Yeah.
I call him Gobert because it's so.
Yeah.
You know who you're talking about when you say Gobert. When you say Rudy.
And
like,
people, especially back then, Rudy's played so long that back then gay was bad, so you didn't want to say gay. That's just Rudy.
All the time.
Now you can say it because it's cool. It's not as bad. It's okay. I think the first time I seen him, I forgot what team he was on. And we were like so close. It was back in the Oakland seats. I was just like, Rudy, you're gay. Everyone just laughed.
Bro, those
like,
days.
I can't get away with that now.
No, definitely.
Those days were so good because like
Escorted
we'd be
immediately.
so
He'd be like
bro.
warming up, shit. I'd be like, Rudy, you're gay.
Oh my
He'd be like, you can't say that now. That's
No.
stupid. I mean, it was done back then.
No,
but
the best one was
you
Yeah,
when
got
that
three,
same-
you got three $10, $12 beers in you.
Yeah,
and you're watching them.
You're gonna
all
say,
day.
hey, you sensational.
You were wild.
But bro, that summer league game
I'm
was
not
fun
from
as
old
fuck.
school, like, what do you call it? How they always
This is where I
show,
learned it from.
they show those old documentaries of like, dude, Boston's like the most racist town and play basketball. All these like, oh man, you can't go to Philly without hearing the N-word. You're like, damn, really? Like shit. I'm like, we go to Oakland.
Can't say shit.
It's like, you suck. That was a brick. That
You can't
was
say that shit.
like, we're not going out here to get racial on these motherfuckers.
It's too personal. Like, whoa.
It's like, why are you going to NBA?
Shit, they get mad when you talk shit at the, like, bro. If I would have said anything else but sensational, they probably would have threw me out too. But
I'd be like, I don't know him. I don't know who he is.
no, but that's what was so funny when we would go to these games and like we would be hella low is because like I would always end up sitting next to Jake and like, he would be yelling and it would be like great because it's like I see everyone else like turning around like doing this and I'm like hey man, like I'm just here, like you can't look at me.
Right.
But now I yell too, so I'm like fuck, now I gotta look and make sure like no one's like telling security like pointing up at them and shit. But it was fun though
I
because
personally never mind that.
no, I never cared, dude.
I don't care. I think it's funny. I think it makes the game fun.
But it was because we were so low. Like when you at the bottom when they played Brooklyn and it was Chris.
Yeah, because people usually lower like the bougie people.
It was
and they're
Paul
just like,
Pierce. It was Paul Pierce on the bench.
It depends on what stadium
Yeah.
what sport you're at, too.
Especially Chase Center nowadays. It's like.
I mean, you go to a baseball game in the bleachers, you can say fuck shit,
Yeah.
anything you want,
Mm-hmm.
out other than like, hey, you gay.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's in Frisco, they won't hear that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But what was that game?
Or even in Oakland, they're motherfuckers beating the drum while no one goes to the games there anymore. But it used to be a fun atmosphere to go.
Yeah.
I mean, as a Giants fan, I grew up with 100 A's fans, so my best friend's an A's fan.
yeah.
Go to school with them, get out of school, let's go to an A's and Giants game.
Shit,
and then spend all day cheating off each other at school, and then go to the game and yell at each other. Fucking suck, dude. We're not fighting, though, you know what I mean? We're not like, this guy's gay or this guy's terrible.
But it's also part of being a fan. Like, you're going to talk shit, too.
Yeah.
Like,
with baseball, it's outside. You can yell.
Yeah.
I didn't go to many football games. The only football game I ever went to was an XFL game.
Oh, really?
When they had them at the Giants Stadium.
Oh, shit.
I went to San Francisco Demons.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know we had XFL.
I didn't either.
San Francisco Demons, dope as fuck. They had like a demon emblem with the fucking flame.
Oh,
I bought
shit.
that fucking beanie so fast, dude. I was like, this is my favorite team. It was in the Giants Stadium. I'm like, because it was a brand new stadium. It was still brand new. Like, not brand new,
but it was still
I
relatively
think it
new.
opened like 2000 or something. I think XFL like maybe 2005 or something.
Never earlier that.
Something like that. But yeah, I was like, fucking demons. I'm like, what? And it looked so weird having it in a baseball stadium. And then baseball. You go there to watch baseball and you're like, this ain't right. Like, goalpost over there. Like, what it just it wasn't a very good football stadium.
Vince McMahon, WWE. Owned it.
Well, they merged it now, right?
It's the US
United Football League with the USFL.
There's always been a couple of football leagues around.
Yeah, I think it's United Football League. I think
they had that US.
You ever seen Canadian football? It's so
no,
weird.
but
it's so weird.
Is it that where what's it called came from?
Warren Moon.
Warren was there.
Doug Flutie came from there.
I thought Steve Young was there too.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he was there. He won like hella championship.
BYU, I think he went there or somewhere.
Then he got drafted to Buccaneers, and then he went to the CFL.
But shit, he must have took him. That's the thing, man. Back then, you could be a shitty quarterback for 5-6 years and then be something.
Yeah.
Now they want it so fast.
Yeah, so quick.
You can't even, like you were talking about. You're afraid of Jordan Love. I'm like, who the fuck? I'm like, oh yeah, he sat for a year. Though.
Yeah.
He
sat for 2 years.
He sat for 2 years. He sat for 2 years.
So they got rid of fucking loser.
They tried to throw him in there that second year. They tried to throw him in.
I think the reason why they don't want to have these quarterbacks to sit because maybe in a couple of years they're sitting and then your team and those two are different than what you were
beforehand.
Your team could really fuck up in 2 years. Any team could. But it's like you should be building for that guy you're waiting
like the Bears are doing right now. The Bears are doing solid.
Trying to build their franchise up. I don't know, man.
Isn't that the second pick in a year, but in a row that
they get number
one?
They're
the first overall pick right now.
Yeah,
they're gonna get.
What do you think about Caleb Williams? I haven't watched much of him, but
it's not like
he's solid.
Basketball team like Orlando Magic changed in an instant because they had Shaq and Penny 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
like in the NFL, you got the 2 number 1 picks, but you're stuck choosing over which quarterback you want in those picks now. Instead of picking a quarterback and going, I'm getting the monster, whoever next year is the biggest monster, whether it's defensively or a wide receiver.
I mean, some teams even trade down.
Or the best running back.
Get more picks.
But Caleb's nice. I saw him live when I went to USC to visit Usain.
Who they played?
They played Washington. It was him and Penix going at it
together.
Yeah, that shit was good. It was a good ass game.
And everyone was healthy.
Everyone was healthy. Yep.
You did go to that. I remember. Yeah, you did go to that game.
His defense is ass. His defense is terrible.
USC?
Yeah, it's terrible.
I don't watch that much college football.
But that game was crazy.
They were doing like score though. He's gonna.
He was doing crazy throws off the back foot. Fucking.
But how did I don't know.
It was a shootout.
It was like a shootout. It was a great game.
Like USC is not going to Chicago, the Bears. Like that's depressing. Like you go to USC, you're in college, and you're in that atmosphere.
But Chicago's building to something. They got DeAndre Swift. They got Keenan Allen. They got DJ
the Swift
Moore.
pickup is definitely helpful.
They've been building for a while.
Yeah, that's helpful.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
At some point, you gotta.
But I feel like they finally got it.
Look how long it took the Bengals. They were building for a while too.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow.
They had Carson first.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
he got hurt, but they were building a good team. Yeah. He got hurt. Their whole fucking thing because they now all of a sudden they didn't have a quarterback.
Oh my god!
I
thought they were gonna win that Super Bowl.
Andy Dalton was all right. He was pretty good.
No, don't tell me about Andy Dalton.
He was pretty good. He went to the playoffs consistently.
You're saying that because he was on the Cowboys and they lost.
Nah, Andy Dalton was good. He went to the playoffs consistently when he was on the Bengals. He would lose, but yeah, at least he got there. Andy Dalton was all right.
That was with the Steelers and the Ravens winning Super Bowls and the Steelers never having a losing season. I don't think he went to the playoffs that much.
He did. He went like at least 8 times.
He had stats. I think they said like in his first.
Are you talking about like first round appearances or something?
Yeah, he would count.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's not much of a playoff.
He's like 0-8 or something, or 1-8.
Yeah,
in the playoffs.
Well, I don't think he's been in 8 playoffs.
I think he. All right, this is time after
Bust
this.
the stats out.
Like Cousins have stats, don't win playoff games.
Yeah.
He only has
Lamar
one
Jackson
playoff game.
has stats, don't win playoff. Tony Romo had stats up the never won a playoff game. Derek Carr had stats. Raiders kept him for 10 years. Never
that was
won a playoff
stupid.
game. Like you can't keep.
Once he broke his leg, I knew instantly, and like even the year after, because he just didn't want to be in the pocket anymore. I could tell he was like, he was done. He was
He couldn't get out of the pocket anymore.
I know, but that's my point. Like his leg was finished. It was
he didn't
like
want to be there, and he
couldn't get out. Yeah, it looked like instant panic. It was like hiking, and it was like, oh my god, someone's gonna crush my leg.
Damn, he had 1 touchdown and 6 interceptions, 4 games in the playoffs. My bad.
Oh, Andy Dalton?
Yeah, one TD, 6 interceptions, 4 playoff games.
All first round appearances.
Never
the second round.
He probably went to the playoffs more with the Cowboys than he did with the Vikings. He put up stats because I remember them saying like his first 5 seasons he had the same amount of like yards and touchdowns as Brady. And I was like, but Brady was winning Super Bowls too. Like this motherfucker has stats, but he's like a journey. He'll always get a job, but
he's never gonna really start. He's never gonna ever start again.
Joe Burrow's Patrick Mahomes' kryptonite.
That's his weakness. I'm telling you, bro, like
they were building for a while.
Yeah.
They had guys, and then boom, Chase came first, right? Or no?
Burrow came first.
They were on the same team.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They were on the same team at LSU, and then Burrow got drafted, and then Chase came right after.
That's right.
So they were on the same team. One came out first.
Yeah.
And they won the
Chase game.
They won the college
They
championship,
won
right?
together, that one, and then Chase came out right after that.
Yeah, Chase. No, Chase stayed for a year, but he was injured the whole year.
Oh.
But everyone was like, he's so
after
good.
After Burrow won, he came out, right?
Yeah, Burrow came out, and then Chase stayed, but he was injured throughout the whole year.
So what was he picked? He was a high first round pick.
He was fourth overall. Fourth overall.
So they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely not. Well, he got injured. That's why he tore his ACL.
Joe Burrow, yeah.
In college?
No, first year.
His rookie year.
They didn't have a fucking.
And then the second year they got Jamar Chase, and they went straight to the Super Bowl.
I watched so many Bengals games.
He never played his first year.
No, and then his first full year healthy, he went to the Super Bowl.
But they got another good draft.
Yeah, because
they got another.
That says something.
Because they didn't get their quarterback playing, so then they lined up to get Chase.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't pick a quarterback. They weren't looking for a quarterback.
Yeah, no.
They were like, no, we're getting your teammate.
Yeah, exactly.
We already know.
We saw you guys in college.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was coming out of college. He's probably as the best receiver.
Imagine if they get Justin Jefferson too. Woo! Because Minnesota, I don't think he's going to be happy in Minnesota. He's probably going to leave. He goes to.
They gave him a lot of money. He
hasn't got paid yet. He's on his last year right now. He hasn't got paid yet.
He's still a rookie.
Yeah. He's only still on his contract. He's still on his rookie contract.
Out of all the money they've been giving wide receivers, he hasn't got paid.
Not yet.
He's the only one that didn't get money.
No.
They haven't done anything.
I think he's holding out right now or something.
Every wide receiver is getting money.
Yeah, I know.
He ain't got no money.
He probably doesn't want to be there. That's probably why.
Why would you want to
take
a deal?
Wait till She got rid of Kirk Cousins. He doesn't want to rebuild. He wants to win. He's arguably the best wide receiver in the NFL.
They draft the next Burrow.
I don't know. That's out there. Joe Burrow's.
He was one of one.
There's supposed to be like good 5 quarterbacks this year.
And Caleb Williams to me is the only good one.
Is it Penix ain't playing?
Penix is pretty good, but he's projected like a second rounder.
So
they're thinking about getting the dude from Michigan, which I think is overrated. He's overrated. Yeah.
They were saying I thought he was like the 5th. I thought there were 4 really good quarterbacks.
No, they're talking about it's Caleb Williams, that dude from North Carolina, Drake May. And what's his name?
He's that big dude with the arm.
Yeah. And then Jaden Daniels from LSU.
That's the other.
LSU.
And those are going first.
Yeah, those are the first 3 that are going to be off the board.
And
everyone else is like, everyone else is like, who's going to be after that? And they're saying it's J.J. McCarthy who's next after him. And I'm like, I don't know about that. Yeah. And then the dude from Oregon, Bo Nix, he's good.
I've heard about it.
He's really good.
Speaking of LSU, we're talking about the not WNBA, the college, women's college basketball.
Women's college.
So
it's gonna be better than the men's.
I think so because this first round, like especially because I previously thought the LSU was only gonna have 5 fucking players for their fucking game because that game against South Carolina, dude, she blew her up. She fucking hit her hella hard.
You saw the dude come from the bench, and then you saw that big ass girl come.
So that was her. That was the girl's brother, I think. Yeah, her brother, and her pops was right behind. You see, like he gets wrapped up too when taken back to the stands, and he gets over the scores table.
Wrapped up while he's on the court. there's 4 other motherfuckers who saw him go on the court
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they wanted to follow. And
That's
they
what I
all
mean,
got
yeah.
wrapped up even before
He
they let
got
one
there.
slip. And they're like, we ain't let more than one slip.
He got right to the girl too, and they were like, oh,
He got knocked the fuck out too.
Yeah.
Cause she was like,
I was like, oh shit.
and she like, dude, get the fuck out of here. Like,
He never got scared. I saw that.
But what's the girl from LSU?
Jay Johnson's the one that pushed.
No, but I'm talking about
Angel Reese is the big
Angel Reese. Yeah, Angel Reese.
Any
Yeah.
game she's in is worth watching.
Yeah.
Win or lose, it's gonna be worth watching. It's because she'll fucking do something. Like, she's like the Draymond Green that can actually score.
Yeah. Facts.
She get all in there.
Yeah,
I'm
like, man, she be getting into it with some.
She does something. What the fuck is it?
She'll talk shit.
Like that's what we want to see. Like,
and then what's the girl from Stanford? Dude, she's a hooper too. I'm not gonna lie. He was telling me there's a girl from Stanford that like is like she's
USC.
Right? Is it
Juju Watkins?
Juju Watkins,
She's nice.
Yeah.
She's
There's
solid.
no one from Stanford though. I could have swore there was.
The Lakers will be better drafting her.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing at all.
She's got all this shit.
She be dropping like 40 points, 30 points. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the
You think they'll ever do that? You think they'll ever like let it like do
a
like
woman play in
a
NBA?
woman play in the NBA?
Well, I saw one this year. It was the center for the fucking Golden State Warriors. The guy, and I saw more athleticism out of any woman's game than I saw out of him.
I don't see why they wouldn't. Caitlin Clark, I feel like she could play in the NBA.
If we had AJ Wilson instead of Looney,
Oh my God.
Wilson, I feel better. We'd be in the playoffs right now. We'd be in the playoffs.
She's solid.
That's crazy. I don't think they'll overdo it, but I think it's just like, especially with like the All Star shit, like with Sabrina, I thought that was cool because it's not them playing directly, but it's like a 3-point shooter.
Well,
Like,
the game changed, and that's why the whole European thing started. That's why everyone's like, oh, it's soccer from the 90s. Like, you couldn't find a European guy on the team.
Yeah.
He would just get shoved around and pushed around. And because the game changed, every European guy with skill can now get business.
Yeah.
They're going to do it all, get it everywhere. And it could be not just your, what do you call it, Dirk and Pedro Stoyakov.
Yeah.
It ain't just them. It's now Embiid, Giannis.
Luka.
It's all,
Jokic.
Because even Tim Duncan was considered European, but everyone was like,
no, you're black.
But he wasn't like going around speaking different languages and shit.
Yeah.
He sounded like everyone else. He just didn't talk shit like KG and Rasheed Wallace.
You see the video about KG, about Tim Duncan talking shit to him?
No, he talked shit. He was just doing
he doing hella nonchalantly.
He just tell you under the you wouldn't. So it's all everyone can hear like that.
I remember the first time I heard Tim Duncan talk in a post-game interview. I was shocked.
Cousins talked about that too with Tim Duncan. He talked about how he whooped his ass in Sacramento, and he was just like not saying anything. He's like, that fucked with me, bro. Like,
where is Cousins?
He's fucking China or no?
Oh,
Taiwan. Yeah.
I think the season was over, so he's back. He's back over here podcasting now because he's on some.
He's on the Heat or All the Smoke, but it's like he does like other little shows.
I thought I seen him with Rachel Nichols all the time.
Yeah, she's on. That's on the All the Smoke shit.
I thought that was Matt Barnes and Lee.
That's their main podcast, but they have like other segments that like they do.
Other people do.
Yeah, they let them do that shit too. So
do they talk to Matt Barnes and
sometimes I've seen them on it because
I'd like to see Cousins talk to them too.
Yeah, I would want them to talk to them.
They have an episode.
They have an episode
during the
I
pandemic.
would like an episode of him.
What do you mean like doing one of their shows?
Yeah, like them. Because I've seen them talk to like Garnett and Paul together.
Yeah.
And Tony Allen. Like they're all in a little.
Yeah.
That boy Paul Pierce got signed for a new deal to. What's he? What network did he go to?
He's back to ESPN.
Yeah, I don't know. He went to some. I think he went to ESPN. Yeah, I'm like, dude, like
He's back. I thought they fired his ass.
Bro, that shit was hella funny. When he had all the
the
females, all the females there, I was like, dude, you're wilding, bro. Like on live, and I was like, yeah,
you're definitely fired. That's Disney. That's Disney.
They're not letting that shit happen.
What's his name's podcast is hilarious. Jeff Teagues.
So
I haven't watched that one yet. I have to
that
watch
one is
it.
hilarious.
So whose segment is that? Are they doing? Is it Cousins' show or is it Rachel Nichols' show?
Rachel Nichols' show.
And
he does it. He like co-hosts.
I've seen multiple clips of them two talking.
Yeah, I think it's her show. She does it with other people.
And then she has other people on. He's just one of their correspondents.
Yeah.
Like how Skip has a bunch of people.
Dude, I don't know. Skip Bayless he's down bad after Shannon Sharp left. Like
Yeah, Richard Sherman and Michael Irvin. And Keyshawn Johnson. I'm like, this is the weirdest lineup.
I hated all those like the Amazon games where they had like Richard Sherman on. I'm like, oh my god, dude.
Irvin is good. It's just like it's almost like him and Irving need to do their own show about the Cowboys.
Yeah, that would probably be better. Yeah,
like
have other people talk about other sports. Yeah,
with all the other shit. Yeah, because to me, I don't really care to listen to like Keyshawn. Like to me, Keyshawn and
Keyshawn was cool on ESPN.
You know what I'm saying? Keyshawn and Irving are the same thing.
Yeah.
But the only reason why he has them both is because one hates the Cowboys and one loves the Cowboys. So he needs both sides. And then Sherman's the so-called intellectual defensive guy. Yeah. But it's like,
I don't know.
But those are all football guys.
Yeah, they're not. And
then you have fucking Weasel Lil Wayne in there who can't even get a word out. So then it's like, you know.
I stopped watching that. I stopped watching that.
First take on it.
But Skip needs his own Cowboy show with Michael Irvin, and then he can do the other stuff.
He has his own podcast on YouTube, but I won't ever watch that either.
That's just him reading off all of Curry's fourth quarter stats and all of LeBron's turnovers in the playoffs. That's just,
yeah, I don't know, man.
How about them Cowboys, bud? How about what's going on with the Cowboys?
I think they're what do you call it? Penny pinching. I think they're cutting salary this year. That's
Trying to lower costs.
That's why they didn't get into any of the free agents and stuff. They just
but didn't you guys resign? You guys resigned somebody, and you guys got a linebacker.
They got that dude from the Chargers, but he got like chump change. He's not good.
That's just because their other linebacker got
he retired.
The fucking guy
with the neck thing.
Wayne Van Rush. Trent Williams broke his fucking neck. Put him in a goddamn wrestling hold and jammed him in the back of his own teammate and blew his whole neck. And that guy already had neck and back problems. Like, tell me that wasn't perfect.
He was good, too. Van Der Esch.
Yeah, now you think he's good.
Yeah, I've been like him. No, I like him. I like him. But
that was some dirty shit there. But yeah, they had to get another linebacker for that. But no, they're not. They're not going to go get anybody. He's already paid hella people. He can't pay anymore.
I think it's time for a rebuild. I feel like it's time for a rebuild.
Yeah, I don't know. Like when
what's the rebuild? They got everything.
They don't have everything.
You don't think they would ever go for like? Well, I guess they'd have to be bad enough to like get a high pick.
They're gonna be bad enough.
You think so? They're gonna be that bad?
But they never were bad enough for Dak to be a
that's
high
true.
pick.
They always win 12 games consistently.
Dak was an old second, third round pick, or
he was a third round. Yeah,
he wasn't nowhere. Like he was a nobody. He was Purdy before Purdy.
Yeah. No, I remember I used to watch him in Mississippi State. He was more of a runner, which was crazy. So people thought he could only run.
Oh yeah, but he broke his fucking leg. I mean his ankle.
Yeah.
He used to run with the Cowboys too.
Yeah. And then he was like, I'm done with that shit.
Yeah. And now, like he said about Derek fucking Carr, once he broke his leg, he had happy feet in the pocket.
Yeah.
Well, Dak be having some happy feet too in the pocket.
Yeah.
Because he's scared. He knows he can't get away like he used to. That's why I understand why people think Aaron Rodgers is still good.
Like, he's not gonna be. He couldn't get away.
Watch next year when he plays 6 plays. He can't get away from the defensive line anymore. Like. He's gonna get killed out there. Like,
how long was the?
Can't move.
Yeah. How long was the recovery shit for? It was like what, 9 months? Not even 9 months.
He was supposed to. He came back in like 2 or 3 months.
He definitely went somewhere and got like stem cells and like
he definitely steroids or something.
Definitely did some shit.
He did something.
He got that LeBron shit.
He
Rodgers is a different space. He's a human specimen. Like,
Cena's known for that. Like he'll have these crazy injuries and he'll come back in the ring in like record time.
I don't know. Yeah, it was like what the first 6. What was it? How many plays was it? He lasted.
It was literally like 3.
It was like 3-4 plays, right? Whatever.
I remember when he was just sitting on the grass.
He was just doing a backdrop. Yeah, he was like,
I don't think the Jets were ever known for having a great offensive line.
No,
never.
They had offensive weapons. Like they started getting a good defense because they got.
But that's what I mean. They were like, all we need is this guy, and we're going to Super Bowl. Like
I never thought
like
that. I thought they
like that guy. Like from
now, yeah.
From like I don't know when was his last really good year? Like 3 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, when we beat him in the playoffs. Yeah.
So from now, just think about from 3 years ago, how much better and how much more money defensive linemen and rushers are getting from 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That's because these motherfuckers are getting to the fucking quarterback. And look at every team getting quarterbacks who can do what? Move out of the fucking way of these huge human beings that are just sacking the fuck out of people. So it's like, then you're gonna bring this old ass motherfucker in there, and like he's just gonna stand there and like, hell no, dude. I mean, he wasn't ever even as good as Tom Brady. Like Tom Brady at least could do it towards the end because he gets the ball out
super quick.
He ain't looking at all those. That's why he lasts so long. And Tampa Bay had a great, they had a
super team. Crazy. I think Aaron Rodgers will come back though. He's gonna have a good season.
Yeah, for the Jets.
I think he will.
Jesus Christ.
The Garrett Wilson dude is good. Brees Hall is good. They just signed that dude from the Chargers, Mike Williams. They got 2 good offensive linemen. They got the dude from the Cowboys. They're gonna be good.
Oh, the Collins dude?
Smith.
Smith, yeah.
I think they're gonna be good. They're gonna be solid. I think they'll be all right. Their division isn't that good.
But you claim to know your NFL history.
I know my NFL history. I know.
He knows more than I do.
He's talking about the Jets, though.
The Jets. They're not, who's in their who in their division can beat them? The Bills.
You know who beats the Jets?
Who?
The Jets. You do know they still have a shitty coach, right?
Who? Roberts.
No, I don't know.
What? Roberts. He's a great coach.
He's a great coach.
He's a great coach. He's a great defensive coach. He's a great defensive coach.
Dude, if it wasn't for the Lions' stupidity coach, he would have been known as the worst coach of last year. Dude, he didn't know what to do. He completely got overwhelmed.
No, his defense was amazing. It was the offense.
His defense was amazing.
His defense was good. His defense wasn't good last year. They had like the 4th ranked defense last year. Sauce Gardner, they're solid. They have a good defense. And so their offense is terrible.
You know who had a good coaching? Whoever coaches the Browns. Yeah. They had a good defense, and their quarterback disappeared.
Yeah, and they were still doing
and their team didn't fall apart.
Yeah. And they had Zach Wilson. The Jets had Zach Wilson.
They thought they retired him. They thought they were, and they had to bring him back.
Told me he was a good coach. I'm just saying.
And Nathaniel Hackett, I don't know why he's. He's probably. He doesn't make good business decisions.
Out of Kyle Shanahan's coaching tree, guy from the Texans.
I know where you're going.
Guy from the.
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah. Is he better than those guys?
Fuck no. He's a defensive-minded guy. He's not an offensive-minded guy.
So he's the Mike Singletary of the.
Yeah. Pretty much. He just needs a better OC to tell him hey, maybe we shouldn't start Zach Wilson every fucking week.
Or he's gonna coach the defense and Aaron Rodgers has to run the offense.
That's pretty much. I feel like that's what's gonna go on.
But if he's old and he gets hurt, who's there to run the offense?
That's why they got to get rid of Nathaniel Hackett. But that's the only reason Aaron Rodgers got there in the first place. If he's healthy, I feel like they'll have a good season. If he gets injured again, they're fucked.
I don't know. It might happen because I've never heard of 9 months.
Was he up for a contract or he just wanted out of Green Bay?
He just wanted out.
Yeah, he wanted out.
He did just sign like a 5 years.
Yeah, he had an extension.
He wasn't.
He
did. And
wow, they picked it up.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. It was calculated.
He was pissed. I remember I watched the Pat McAfee show that day when
That's why when you said Love sat for a couple of years, that was like that's because the motherfucker held him over and he sat that extra year, and they were like, "Hey, we're not letting you do this this year."
Yeah,
because we have a guy who's practicing for 2 years now.
Packers can't get getting away with this. Finding
drafting fucking
Brett Favre.
I mean, he made a couple. He made enough good stupid decisions to keep us in the game. Jordan Love, there was a couple of bad decisions, but I mean, it wasn't like he had throws that were impressive. I was like, wow. I was like, I don't know how, like you said, I don't know how they keep doing this.
The back half of the season, they said he was the best QB.
Yeah, he was on fire. That's what I mean. Because in the beginning, Jordan Love.
Second half of the year, he was the best QB in the second half of the year. He was the best QB.
They made the push to sneak in while the
other team.
Actually, the Vikings were shitty all year. It was the year before they kept winning.
Yeah. All those crazy games. Yeah. People started figuring them out. Yeah.
And then Green Bay finally went up there, and then
they started making a comeback. Yep.
Yeah. Because to me, Detroit was like a a nice little story at the beginning of the season, and then when they started winning, like you know how Detroit is, it's like, oh, they're 3-4 already, or
but then they started winning games,
and next thing you know, you're like, oh wait a minute, Detroit's not fucking 5-10, you know? What I mean?
They started winning games, and like, and that's how I knew they were gonna be like good next year. I'm like, they're gonna be
usually
better.
By the 10th game,
and they were like,
okay,
they're 2-10, they're 2-8.
Detroit's gone, the Bears are the Bears, and then is it gonna be Packers or Minnesota? But Aaron wasn't there this year, so it was up for grabs.
Denver has I'm trying to think who has the toughest division.
In NFL right now?
Yeah.
It's definitely whoever had what's the Chiefs division? Because it's them.
Because it's who's going to win that division.
Yeah, but I mean as far as like quarterbacks in there, because like obviously like the Bills have
the Chiefs division. It's the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Broncos, and the
Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the Chargers.
But those three teams have been bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like they're not the best division.
Brady's three teams were bad in his division.
So I'm trying to think like who's is it the? No, it's not the North. Maybe
what are the Bills? The Bills have it was them,
it's
Jets,
the Bills,
the Giants,
Jets, Patriots. No, it's Bills, Jets,
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
That's okay.
They all were bad for that whole extended period of his career in the Patriots. Another reason why he wanted out.
Yeah.
Those other teams were getting better.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to play in the cold anymore against fucking Josh Allen running motherfuckers over in the cold.
He's fucking huge.
And fucking Tua and the other fucking streak, Tyreek the streak going down the fucking. He's like, fuck that, send me to the NFC South with all the shitty teams. Atlanta,
Carolina,
like, is Cam Newton still in this division?
Well,
that's what I was gonna say when you were talking about Kaepernick running. Like Cam Newton was doing. He ran, but he ran for the tough guard. He didn't like fucking
slide or anything.
Kaepernick was Kaepernick stood for the defense.
Not for a long time. Like.
Cam Newton ran motherfuckers over. I remember that Super Bowl they had. I was so disappointed. I was like, man, you guys are so close. I was gonna root for y'all. Like,
I've seen 3 Super Bowls in my lifetime.
You're hoping your running back breaks through the levels and has breakaway speed. You're not thinking any quarterback has breakaway speed.
Yeah.
Like, he gets through that level, boom, it's gone. Like, that doesn't happen with a quarterback. It's not supposed to.
That's what Kaepernick, Vic was like that too.
Vic was crazy.
Vic can't move, though. He was like Barry Sanders moving out there, like, obviously not like that, but he did more cutting
he was shifty.
And moving around, flinging when he had to. Like, I mean, they would literally run that play. Like, Cameron just run on that side over there. Okay. They couldn't count. They wouldn't. Their defense would not count for them. And when they did count for them, it was like, I don't know, maybe fucking AJ Hawk's old ass or someone, like some outside linebacker who all he'd do is dip and go outside, and the guy would fall, and he would be gone 30, 40 yards. It was like, and no one would be around. Like, no gang tackling, no nothing, because they were all guarding everyone else. And he would just, like, he wasn't running for 5 yards, 10 yards, 7 yards, 5. He's like, boom, 20 yards. Boom, 30 yards. Touchdown. Boom. Like, damn, he threw a bomb. No, he fucking ran for 200 and something yards in that game. Like that wasn't even a running back. Like, that's some college shit. Like.
Yeah. Mike Vick was like that.
Where did Vic play? Virginia
Tech. Virginia Tech. I don't know if was he a first? Yeah, he was a first overall
pick. Vic was raw because you knew Vic was raw because when you played Madden, that motherfucker was different. And
you're like, you want to talk about Madden? I know you want to talk about Madden.
Stop it. Well, you guys actually play Madden now, but back then it was like everybody was the same. Yeah. They just put numbers on the back of motherfuckers. And then there was a couple of guys, even like in basketball, it was like everyone's the same. And if Jordan's in the game, he's way different. All the shots are going in. It's like, that motherfucker Vic was like, even in Madden, it was like, who? He was like, how was the video game supposed to stop this? Everyone's running at the same speed, except for him. Like,
we were kids, we had a rule. We were like, no Falcons. No Falcons. Absolutely not.
Well, when you played Madden, you couldn't play
no. I mean, if I was playing like by myself or whatever, but if we were playing with like a friend or something, we were like, no Falcons. Like, that's a cheat code. Like,
until your boy came around.
That's like when Katie got to the Warriors. We were like, no Warriors.
Yeah, he couldn't do that shit.
No Warriors in 2K.
He wasn't.
No, that's what I'm saying.
No.
He wasn't. Who? KD?
Yeah.
Nah, but like it's just KD.
On the Warriors though.
It's just KD and Russell Westbrook. Like you could do something about that. Yeah. You got Curry, Clay.
I used to do that to Julio.
Yeah, I'd be like,
I played that. basically the Warriors were off.
I just picked the
If
Cavs.
you were terrible at 2K, you would find a way to win because you had
Yeah,
the
one of
Warriors.
those guys.
Yeah, exactly. Like fuck.
Best day of my life is beating you in Madden that
It was
one
a
day.
fucking fluke, by the way.
That was not a fucking
It was a
fluke.
fluke.
I don't even remember how I even worked my way up to that point, but I just remember having the play action going crossing to the right,
I'll never forget
and I
that.
was like, I'm gonna do it. Like I was gonna fuck, I'm gonna do
I
it.
remember I wasn't even mad. I was proud. I was like, look at
I
him.
fucking made the catch on the right sideline. I had the juke, and I just remember you were like, oh. I was like, bro, like.
I had a smile on my face.
The best part about it was Julio was there watching, so I had a witness that was like, hey, like I fucking like you saw this shit, like.
That was the first time I saw Julio really engaged. Because usually he's on his phone because he already knows what's
Yeah,
going down.
because
But he was like,
I was doing work.
Yeah, he was actually watching.
Yeah, I was at his house. I hadn't played Madden in like fucking years, and they would always play it. They would always play it, or everyone want to play 2K, and I'm the only one that would actually want to play Madden. So I'd be
like, oh really?
Yeah, you want to play Madden, and I would get whooped. But I would have moments though. I
always think it's Aaron. Aaron was there. When Julio said he was like the king of 2K.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Greatest of my, he stole that line from me. Greatest of my generation. That's my line.
No,
that's
but
my
he
line.
said it was like from 7 years of each of the 2K.
no.
I forgot what year.
Julio said that?
Julio has never been the king of 2K.
Year, like from 2014 to 2022, all those 2K.
Yeah, get out of here.
No.
Trash.
I was asking him and Aaron, like, who's better? When you guys all play, who's better at Madden? Who's better? And Aaron was just like rolling. And Julio was cooking. He's like, I'm the king.
No, yeah, you're talking bullshit. You're talking bullshit.
Like 2006 and 2014 or whatever it was, or maybe 14 to.
The 2020.
Yeah. He was like, it was like 6-7 years he claimed all those games in a row.
No.
That is cap.
So it had to have been during the Warriors. He was playing with the Warriors.
No. He would play with fucking OKC all the time, especially on 15. It was OKC, and I would pick the Cavs because I was LeBron and all them. But that was the matchup. They didn't put like.
He just glossed over that. He picked the Cavs.
I had to pick the Cavs. Well, yeah.
That was when he was like by himself.
It was a cheat code. Literally, it was a cheat code. Because that was the year they were projected to go win the finals, and because they don't put that onto the.
I think they won the finals that year.
2015, no, that was us.
Oh yeah.
2015 was
2015. Call LeBron a cheat code then. Only KD was a cheat code.
Because he was on the Warriors.
Yeah, on the Warriors teams. The Warriors in general were just a cheat code because you have Steph, Clay, Draymond, and then you got KD, and then they even have Cousins on there, so you can make Cousins. He was cool on
he
the
could
game.
shoot too sometimes.
On the game, he was cool.
They still thought he was Cousins from the
exactly.
They made him in there. I'm like, this is not the Cousins right now.
He's probably like a 79 overall or whatever. 80 overall.
I will give it to him. That last year he played with Denver. He was a good.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Yeah, you were talking about that.
Because he didn't do what Jokic would do, but he was that big of a body.
Mm-hmm.
He still had to deal with a big body, and he was more focused on scoring. Jokic was scoring, playing off of him, and then all of a sudden the backup big would come in, and it would be Cousins, and he's like, "Fuck pass, I'm scoring."
Mm-hmm.
Especially if I got little backup guys on me, I'm scoring on this motherfucker.
Exactly.
And he knew he was only gonna get 10 minutes here and there, like he wasn't gonna play a long time. But I was like, damn, like I wish we had that.
Yeah.
I wish he gave that to us when he was on our team.
Yeah,
but he was hurt. He blew his quad out.
I remember that.
He was going for like a loose ball, and he blew his quad out in the first fucking round.
I remember when that happened. I was just like, "There's no way you guys can get away with this."
Signed all.
Yeah, I was like, "There's no way." That was when LeBron just came in too to the Lakers, so I was just like, "It's over." And Norsing, I remember I was with Julio and Norsing. We were in Berkeley, and he turned to me. Norsing turned to me. He was like, "We just got buggy." I was like, "Bro." I was like, "There's no fucking way."
Yeah.
Well, they were on this kick of like, because they got Nick Young the championship.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to find the guy.
Yeah,
I always forget about that.
Out of the league, and they're hoping that Chris Paul they could win, but it ain't gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be nice if they were the team to win finally with Chris Paul.
They would say something, yeah. Can't beat them, join them.
Yeah. The Nuggets are gonna win though this year. They're gonna win.
I don't know how. I don't
Boston? You gotta give them Boston.
Nuggets, the Nuggets are gonna be Boston. They ended their streak. When they were winning all those home games.
Really?
Yeah, they ended their streak. Huh?
They had a streak.
Yeah. Still, I don't think anybody can beat Denver in a 7-game series.
I have a special place in my heart for Boston, but I just can't. I can't even.
Boston's full healthy right now. I don't think anyone can beat them in a 7-game series.
Denver.
They're gonna fuck it up somehow, or it's gonna end up being Denver.
Like, I'm not saying Porzingis is gonna outplay or match Jokic, but he can at least put up stats.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be
So
a
you're
series
not
for sure.
getting
I'm not gonna
nothing.
say it's gonna be a sweep,
You're
but
not getting nothing. But I'm
yeah.
saying those other three guys, Porter,
Murray,
Murray,
and
are they
Jokic.
gonna really outplay Tatum, Holiday, and Brown?
I think they can.
I mean, if Brown starts chucking them, and
Those guys
he just
better every year. Like,
I mean, they were supposed to go last year and fucking they gave up a 3-0 lead to Miami.
they didn't have Holiday.
But Miami is their kryptonite sometimes.
Yeah,
Jimmy Butler is their
Jimmy
kryptonite.
Buckets.
Yeah, but they always
But yeah, all they have to do is beat Boston so they don't go. That's what it's been the
They had a
past.
crazy playoff run last year.
Miami's not. They have pieces, but they're not.
No, they're not. They're not a threat. They're not a contender or anything. But
They're 1 star away. I feel like.
I think they're just happy beating the Bucks. They just like doing that. Like, as long as we're good enough to beat the Bucks, fuck everything else.
Yeah.
Like, as long as we do that, then it's all good. But other than that, we don't care. Cause we'll just get hurt by the end of it. Or Bam will fizzle out. He'll go like 3 or 4 games in the playoffs where he does like nothing. Like, dude, what the fuck happened, Bam?
I don't know about that. He's good though. I like him.
I sure wish we had him.
He's just more of a power forward.